We're gonna get started in about 2 minutes. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 69 likes before we get started. My goodness. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Good evening. It goes well, man. How are you going?
Good, dude. I have been in deep dive mode today.
I know, man.
I had a couple dog walks, and then I have been just working on some channel stuff, and now I am pulling up chat.
About once every 6 to 12 months, Jake puts on his swim cap, puts on his goggles and his little nose plug.
Right. It's true.
And he takes a boat out into the middle of our analytics.
And I scream into the sky.
He takes a couple deep breaths, and then he screams while doing sun salutations, and then he jumps backwards into the analytics lake.
That's right.
Where
and
he
I have
goes,
one of those.
No one
I have one of the
knows.
breathing devices from episode 1.
Right, you just click it on.
Menace.
Right.
And I click it on and I go super duper low, and then there will be one of those like angler fish that have like the little
your
lantern
ears are
on,
popping. You're like, I don't know if I can go this deep, but deeper still.
And Diddy Kong runs by and he's getting chased by a shark.
Right. Mario swims by complaining about being on a water level.
That's right. And Big Bertha is there.
Right.
And I navigate through all of them, and I get down in the seaweed and I start digging into the sand.
Kyle, exactly. Jake saw the new Quantumania trailer and he's like, I'm going to do that, but with our analytics. I hope I don't run into Kang.
Right. That's right. So we're definitely going to end up shaking some things up here, but I think it's going to be in a really good way.
Yeah.
So, but for tonight, we have some Double Master stuff to talk about. I know that it's been a minute since we've talked about it, but the thing is we're now like 3 months out. I think that product came out on July 8th.
Yep.
So
do you know how many cards I've purchased from 2XM? From 2X2 rather?
None? Zero? You opened the one pack and that was it then, right?
Zero. Exactly. I told you I was waiting on this. There's no way. It has to be this year. The purchase has to be this year. It has to be probably about now, between now and December, really. You probably get January, February, potentially, if you really want to beat Patience Pants. But we are getting into a nice little window of opportunity, right? Look at the poll that we put up. Are you finished purchasing singles from 2X2? 65 people have voted so far. I hope you went down there and hit that like button after you voted, because we need to get to 69 likes so we can start working on 169. 63% said no, they're not finished purchasing singles from 2X2.
I mean, that's the thing, is there's just so many products. There's so much to do.
There's been 4 sets since Double Masters 2022. 5
and
6 or 7 sets.
Yeah, man. And what's crazy about it, and I need to write notes, because I put these notes in, and I write them down and I lose them sometimes. And then sometimes the note will just appear in my head.
I don't know what he's talking about anymore, chat. So he goes off on these tangents.
It's true. But here's what happened with Double Masters 2022, right? We had a set that was completely pushed.
Oh yeah.
When you look at the cards in it, they're really good. And a lot of the ones that have bottomed out are also really good commander cards. You have like commanders like Carador, you have legendary creatures like Obnixilis.
There's a ton
you
of
have
great
a whole
hits.
bunch of good rares.
Yeah.
And it's all like bottom of the barrel.
I was
and
gonna
everybody
say, dude,
was like,
bargain
oh my God,
bin right now.
Yeah, everybody was like, why aren't the prices dipping like people said they would, 2 weeks out?
Right.
And now we actually see, when people are talking about scarcity, when people are talking about, oh, this product is crazy expensive, you aren't going to be able to find it. Well, what have we learned? In the age of variance, you can find them.
Nothing is special. Yeah.
Imperial Seal borderless is less than $100. It's like $80 for the non-foil.
Right.
The foil's like $150. And people were like, that ain't good. They were like, that's not going under 500, boys. That ain't going under 500. That foil borderless seal, man, that
harkens all the way. And
moon.
look, we're not always right. We're tooting our horn because we were right about this one, and we were right about, you remember Jeweled Lotus? Oh baby, people got pissed at us for saying that was gonna be going up above 100 pretty quick. If you see it lower than 100, probably snap that shit off.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
But sometimes you're like, oh yeah, Joel goes, oh yeah, Dockside, I'm gonna try and pick that up at 15. 25.
I think that all comes down to what rarity is it being printed at moving forward. Is exactly. Like, is it a mythic and is it desirable? And if so, it's probably not going to move that much.
Exactly. So we're going to get into some Double Master stuff. We're going to pull up some graphs. After that, we got a fun bit. Jake and I are going to work with you, the audience, and we are going to redesign the MTG 30th anniversary secret lair.
So we're gonna repick 30 cards or keep them the same.
Yeah, we're keeping them the same, right?
We'll pull up what it is, and then we'll look at the set and the year.
Exactly.
And we'll be like, do we keep it the same or do we change it? But we also have to keep in mind, we can't design a product that's super over the top.
No, we're gonna try and design it to be a $150 product. I mean, look, we looked at the numbers in that video. They put like what, $300 worth of value in this, 350 worth of value, depending on which prices you're looking at, total all in. And so I really think that it could be a fun exercise for us to go through, maybe make some more picks that, take away some value in some areas, add some value in some areas. I got the inspiration for this actually from chat, from commenters talking about, oh my God, you serious? They didn't pick Great Hinge for its year? And I was like, yeah, that would have been an awesome place because they haven't reprinted it. I wish that had been one of the value cards in the 30th set, because they haven't given us a reprint of it in literally any form, any of the multitude of variants that it could be this time of year.
Right.
In this life cycle of Wizards. So that would have been a cool place to pick it up. So we're gonna check. We're gonna check and see if we would make our adjustments. Jake, I'm actually gonna pull up a PowerPoint while we do it and like add the cards to it, so we've got a visualized version of this is our secret lair 30th anniversary edition year by year picks. All right, Bobby Z, what's up? Good to see you. Fun.
Lots of folks hanging out. I see Zach hanging out, John, Travis. Lots of folks. Travis complimented your sweater, Joel.
Oh, thank you, Travis. I appreciate that. This is my color block really nice sweater from Teddy Fresh. It was their collaboration with Nickelodeon, and when I saw it, I don't know how many people know this, but Jake and I used to work at Nickelodeon in Los Angeles for a while, and when I saw the collaboration with Teddy Fresh, H3H3 has been one of my longtime favorite YouTube channels, and Nickelodeon, I was like, I'm gonna get that one. I don't know what Prezi is.
What's up?
My company that I work
Hammer.
for is all into the Microsoft ecosystem. So I'm using PowerPoint, Excel, Teams, OneNote. I'm using that shit every day.
So many members in here. Thank you so much to members.
Yeah, I appreciate that. If you do want to support the channel, hitting that membership button down there below gives us a little bit of guarantee on not having to rely on YouTube ad revenue, because I'll tell y'all, without pulling the curtain back too far, YouTube is the Wild West sometimes. And it's
Dude,
great.
YouTube is the Wild West, man.
It's great when y'all support us and we don't have to rely on YouTube ad revenue through our Patreon, where you can get a lot of bonus stuff, involvement in Foil Quest, involvement in our Commander League to play Commander with proxies over the internet for prizes. But you can just start by clicking that membership button right under the chat. See if it's interesting to you. It's just a couple of bucks and you get all the emojis, you get your name a certain color, and we shout you out. So appreciate everybody who's done that. Thank you very much.
Yep. And also I need to talk to you, Joel, because I was looking at our Patreon as well. And, you know, we don't have to talk about it here, but I was thinking of some pretty fun ideas, possibly adding a tier and
nice.
Creating some cool stuff there. I was taking a look at it during my deep dive. As I was digging in through the sand, I came across a little Patreon
you had to
chest.
swim out and you found Patreon
like,
Island and you were like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna rest here for a second and look at some coconuts.
Yeah, and I was there and I was like, oh, there's some stuff that we can do here. And so
Food time, what's up?
yeah, especially as we get to the end of the year and we kind of get to those last couple months of December, there's a lot of you know, because that kind of becomes a little bit of a downtime for us as we like go on break and stuff.
You
like
were thinking
that
about a
before the
sit
end of
on
the
you
year.
tier, right? Like if they pay enough in the tier, you'll go to their house and you'll sit on them. You're not doing that?
That might have been a dream that you had.
That's not an idea
that
you were
could
thinking
have
of?
been that could have been a dream.
I thought
that
we were going to
maybe
do a sit on you tier.
got brought up. I
Hey,
don't remember that one
prototype.
because of
What did we do for
travel and-
Nickelodeon? We basically worked in the props warehouse. That's the, I think, easiest and cleanest way to put it, is we worked in the Nickelodeon props and asset storage warehouse.
I worked
There
in
you go.
morale. I did morale and I did wheeling and dealing.
Had to make sure it was low as possible at all times. You had the low morale assignment, right? Somebody else had the.
I was
raise
morale. I was just general morale.
General morale.
and
You
then-
had, if it
and
got
then
too high, you lowered it. If it got too low, you raised it.
just general morale. And then one
Nice.
time I saved the van from the fire. I found the fire because of the meth house that was next to the warehouse that exploded that one summer. I think this was after you moved on.
I was gonna say I don't remember this story, so either it's
And the
fake or I was not
It
there.
is. And the Prius, because that was the only spot where there was a plug-in for the Prius, it melted. And
Jesus.
I was able to get the van out. I foolishly got in the van and drove it under the power lines, which were melting. And that was it. That was it. It was a wild thing.
That
Anyway,
is pretty cool. One time we had Jake drive a prop.
Mikey saved one of the cards too.
Oh, that's
one of the
cool.
cars. He did. 2 cars were saved.
Mikey's
One
a
was
good
a
guy.
giant truck.
Mikey, I
which
love you,
Mikey
man.
saved. Mikey got the truck out, the big truck, and I got the van.
That's hilarious. One time we had Jake drive a prop
Crazy
cop
story.
car. A prop, like, set
Police car.
police car. We had
Yeah.
to get it up to a certain mileage, and so Jake's entire assignment for like 2 days was to safely drive a police car up and down the 405. And you gotta think, if somebody in the 405 sees anything that looks like a cop car, they think it's a cop car. They don't wait to see not in service or not
yeah.
an actual police vehicle. Myth,
Dude.
what's up?
Yeah, essentially, there was a small shack
Yeah.
that had meth and pornography in it that was next to the warehouse.
If you're just joining us, we are telling stories of our work history. Jake and I have known each other for decades, and so we have a lot of stories. But
Okay, so here's the thing.
we will get into
It
the MTG
exploded.
content at some point.
It exploded in the middle of the summer. So something in there exploded
Yeah.
for some reason. Was it meth? Was it gasoline? Pornography is confirmed. Definitely was in there because there were just stacks of magazines. It was, you know what was going on in there. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
At least part of it.
Steve asked how we left that job. LA is a very transitive town, and that in particular, low-level entertainment jobs in LA are very transitive. Yeah. You do them here, you do them there, you move over here for a month, you come back to some random job. And so it's just there's always people coming and going. There's not really like a this is it.
I actually worked on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and I was there. I saw how they made the poo-poo for that movie.
Very
good. It was
good.
like the Snickers bar, like a couple other things.
Well, there you go.
Oh, fucking A.
All right.
Anyway,
let me get MTG stocks pulled up. Shout out to MTG stocks. We're always using that website to put together our numbers. I'm also going to pull up TCG Player, I think, and we'll look at some prices over there as well.
Oh man, I'm really excited. It's pretty crazy the things that I've learned about Double Masters 2022, and we are going to talk about that because it's just like this set has taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Double Masters 2022, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Right now, you can get all 5 of the textured foils for less than you could get one textured Renin 6 when the set first came out. Kind of a lesson in always sell the rip.
Yeah.
Is it worth it to sell a card immediately and then just buy it 3 months later? The answer is probably yes. Pretty crazy. And it's so much easier than something like the stock market, for example, because it always does the same fucking thing. If a mythic comes out, it's going to be inflated and it's going to go to 0, or a mythic's going to come out and it's going to be really fucking good and it stays the same or goes up. That's pretty much it. And then there's like a couple rares per set that end up being worth anything.
Let's take a look at some cards. If I did this correctly. Beautiful. Okay.
ES says, "Oh damn, they started talking about MTG. It was a good stream." Rip.
Thanks. We appreciate that. So, Jake, can you see my screen first off?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can
beautiful.
see your screen. We're good to go.
Double Masters,
Retriever, baby.
Double Masters 2022. We are a few months removed from release at this point, and I think that we need to
for
look
anybody
at some
just
prices.
joining. Let's just say it's the set originally came out July 8th. That was the let me check it really quick. Double Masters 2022 is July 8th, and before that, a lucky few were able to take part in pre-release events that were in participating WPN game stores from July 1st to July 7th. So if you opened something July 1st to July 7th and you did not immediately flip it, you most likely did it wrong.
If you were trying to gain off of MTG cards, you could have just opened something you wanted, put it in your binder, and said, hell yeah. Also acceptable. We're talking about completely from a what was the prices then to what was the prices now, and take it as you will. Some people want to buy early sealed product, immediately flip it. Some people, a lot of people, I'd say the majority, including myself, I've purchased 0 singles from this set so far. A lot of people would be wanting to pick up these singles after the fact, and they want to know, okay, when is the valley? Because we know it's going to go back up. We were looking at altars, Phyrexian Altar, cards like this before the set came out, looking at what the original reprinting of them did. Always goes down, but it always goes back up for a lot of these premium, highly played cards. So, Jake, I guess it doesn't surprise us to know that the most expensive single in the set, market price, TCG Player, is Imperial Seal at $84. But, I mean, look at this. We were
look at that.
I mean, July, we were in the hundreds. Still in the hundreds. We were in the hundreds until...
because of scarcity before the reprint is just insane. And this is just people being like, oh my God, look at what they put in the set. Oh God, that's that zone. Because this is for this version of the card. This is reflective of the scarcity price.
Right.
So people were like, oh my God, oh, what they put in the set. Oh.
But you can see right down here, all-time low, $90 on October 22nd. That was 4 days ago as of shooting of this video. And look at this, July 6th, this was still marketing for $300 or more. Now that's pre-order prices, because you said the set released in paper on what date?
July 8th.
Yeah, so up until people actually started opening, there were people that were buying these for over 300. And we talked about that before. If if it's the equivalent of like shorting a stock, right? If you go and sell an Imperial Seal before you're actually holding it, you just know that you have to open enough product or try and acquire an Imperial Seal at less than you sold it for, calculating in, shipping and taxes and whatever.
Sure.
And that's a funny, silly way to make some money off a card. But if you're looking for picking up this single, I mean, $80, $84 market right now. If we go to TCG Player,
low risk. It's low risk.
It is low risk. I mean, it seems at this point
relative low risk. Yeah, it is. And you could probably even go on eBay and find one a little bit cheaper. You could probably put out a best offer and get one for 75. I see a LP one there for 76.
76, exactly.
And there were people that were saying, that's definitely not going like less than 150. And then it was like, it won't go less than 100. And now here we are in real time. I want to give a little emphasis here. Nico Bolas says, dang, I moved my foil Imperial Seal day one for 350 store credit. No regrets.
Excellent.
I mean, that's excellent. Nico, what was it? The just regular copy foil? Because that's definitely the way to go. One of the best things that I can think of in the past on the channel, for example, was the foil Tarmogoyf. Remember when we opened that, Joel, the borderless extended one?
Absolutely.
And that was early. That was going into a holiday season before that set even came out.
Right.
And I sold, and I'll never forget it, I sold that Tarmogoyf going into that Christmas season for $470 for the Ultimate Masters box topper version. And I was like, I had a little bit of seller's remorse, but then it was like 2 months later or 2 months after the set came out, I was like, oh my God, like that's the way to go. And I could just buy it back, because that's one thing that many collectors aren't able to do is like, can I sell a certain amount of cards? Or I guess you could even say the same thing with a stock. Can you sell a certain amount of shares, wait for it to go down, and then either keep that money that you sold or turn that card into more copies of that card? Because Nico Bolas, who sold for 350, they can now be like, okay, if I wanted to, I could go get foil Imperial Seals, at least 2 of them for that price, maybe even 3. What is the foil going for?
The foil of Imperial Seal.
Oh yeah, I see you pulled up Cavern, but what's the foil Imperial?
Yeah, we can pop right over here and just throw on a little filter. $100, $94.
Yeah, so
Near mint. Let's look
now
at some completeds.
Could get 3.5 foils for foil Imperial Seals. Yeah, I mean that's wild as hell, man. That's the way to do it. So
especially those super premium ones. The foil version of one of the top pull cards in the entire set. It's very rare that just tossing it immediately and then coming back 3 months later doesn't pay off in some way. Now let's look at Cavern of Souls, which is it not paying off. Cavern of Souls has actually already started to climb back up, but we filmed a specific video that was completely dedicated to Cavern of Souls before this set came out, because this mythic,
it just always stays the same pretty much.
It has remained just above $50 at to an uncanny level. Modern Masters 2017. Look at this. Even when it climbs up, it touched 100 because people were like, oh, there must be some modern deck that needs 4 of them.
Yeah.
But it always gets back down and it bounces right off that 50 line. That's for the Modern Masters 2017 version. All-time low on this was right around when the set came out. So this is like our exception to the rule, this mythic here. It's the second most expensive card in the set currently.
Super played. Commander wants it.
Exactly.
Modern wants it.
Multiple copies of it. Modern does. And so as our second most expensive, Cavern of Souls is a strange one. It's a weird contender in the entire discussion because of how well it maintains price. So
yeah,
Jake,
like you don't want to get rid of it, you know, because it's such a good card. Whereas Imperial Seal is super niche, right? The playability
one type,
on it
right? Is that right? Is it only
creatures of the seal?
Restricted in Vintage, so you can't even play it in Legacy.
Commander.
You
And
only
Vintage
need
is pretty
one
much
copy.
a non thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you can only have one copy in it, regardless there. And then sweaty Commander players.
Yeah, sweaty Commander players.
Let's go, baby.
Already have like Demonic Tutor. They already have Vampiric Tutor, and then they want one more. So yeah, I mean, our read on this card was pretty much dead on as far as like where it would go. It went sub 100. Even the foil is sub 100, which is kind of surprising. I did think the foil would stay around like 120 to 150, but it is even sub 100, which is kind of crazy. Sean, Moxbox, everybody who's just now joining, thank you so much for
Michael
for popping on in.
Michael makes a good point.
Real estate is king.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Going back to the Cavern of Souls discussion, real estate is king. It's, especially the scarce ones, especially the highly played scarce ones. It's popping. Jake, I want to look at this one because my call on this one was so wildly hopeful that I think I sounded like I was on the best drugs.
You said you wanted this around like 25, I believe.
$25 is what I was hoping this got down to. And it has maintained.
Just
this
mythic.
One has maintained.
Yeah. And it's not, well, look at the legality of it as well.
Oh, it's going
to be Commander wants it, and then it's going to be legal in Legacy.
And Vintage, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know about its Legacy playability.
In Constructed, no thanks. No thanks. Yeah. I don't really want this in Constructed.
Exactly.
If we're playing Legacy and Vintage, this is not what you want to be playing.
Yeah. So Legacy doesn't want it. It's a Commander card. But yeah, it's funny because when you look at this compared to Cavern of Souls, it's much more narrow. Whereas Cavern of Souls, any tribal deck wants it. Well, I mean, I guess you could say with Dockside, any red deck wants it. So maybe it isn't actually narrow. Any red commander deck wants it. It's just like a must play. So yeah, it isn't actually narrow. It's just like if you're playing red, you should be playing it, and it doesn't even matter if it synergizes with your deck. You're already getting the value from it.
It's a choice. It's a choice not to play it. It's one of those kind of cards in the format, like what, Force of Will in blue, something like that. It's a choice not to play or proxy that card for your deck. Because you're like, I'm not trying to go over the top with this. I want all synergies of my strategy because this is my fun so-and-so deck. This is my powerful so-and-so deck. I don't even run Dockside in it, though. It's a choice. It's an active choice. Like, not running Soul Ring. You should. Sure. You probably should. I would say 9 times out of 10, people are going to go, yeah, you should just run it. But it's a choice. And so, I mean, looking at viewing sales history here, near mint, 49. That got snapped up so fast. I bet that hit the market and people went, absorb. And it went right to some new owner. But it looks like between 60s and, I am seeing some light play copies, 48, 49. If you just want a copy.
Be listed as lightly played to make sure that even if like there is a tiny bit of out of pack scuffing, it could be a near mint card that's just listed as lightly played.
Well, if you're just getting it, if you're getting it for your collection, sure. Near mint it up. Near mint it up, pals. But if you're just getting a copy to play, light play is really going to work for you. And this is the near mint foil. Look at this. Not that much more expensive. But you know what that represents? Consumer confidence in foil curling. That's what that represents right there.
Well, I tracked 15 of the top cards, and we don't have a chart for it or anything like that. I just took screenshots on my phone, tracking them in my TCG app.
Yeah.
And I tracked the 15 most expensive mythics, okay? And the borderless versions, because I figured, the borderless version is probably going to appeal to more people.
Right.
And the price of those from the day before the set came out, so July 7th to now, has lost 50% of its value, a little bit more than 50% of its value, which really speaks to patience, especially with a set that is as pushed as this is.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of FOMO around it. We had a lot of people that were salivating. Oh my God, I can't wait to open it. I can't wait to get my hands on texture foils. Texture foils are going to be $1,000 a card. And now we see and we can learn, we can look back and be like, oh my God, what is the story here? Well, the story is there was a ton of hype. We built the setup. Everybody's super excited for Imperial Seal. It finally happened. You have all of the different kinds of variants like we've grown to expect, all for these double masters cards, which are finally, oh my God, it's the commander set that Baldur's Gate wasn't, right?
Right.
So now we're here and we're like, oh my God, a set that was so pushed with so much hype still ended up bottoming out. And if you were patient, right now you could be cherry picking singles for like the best prices since the set came out. And that's not saying that that they won't go lower, because you have a lot of people that are really kind of bearish on MTG because of the choices that have been made, right? So you have people that are like,
or just simply and normally looking to move stuff that they have extras of or don't want to,
or wallet fatigue,
put money into the new stuff that's coming out. I mean, our mod Bobby, if you're still in chat, hope you don't mind me mentioning this, but Bobby was just like, he came in Discord the other day and was just like, look, I culled down my entire collection to 4 sets I wanted and like one of every other card. Literally everything else I'm selling.
That's the end game of my collection
just
as well.
No duplicates unless I want a 4 set specifically. But that, want some extra money. Times are tough. Want to put it into other stuff. Right. Exactly.
You have less risk. You have less. And the thing is right now you're going to have some people that are like, the economy's in the shitter. It's the worst time to be selling. Right.
Right.
And so it's like, now is the time to be greedy and then wait for there to be a bounce, especially as we, hopefully get more tournament magic going on again, going back into paper magic. And so it's like, now is definitely, in my opinion, a time to be, buying cards, staples, like actual good stuff. And I say that as someone who doesn't have any equity to put at it.
Yeah.
That's just where I am financially. Well, yeah. And I think that's where a lot of people are, is there is no expendable income for all of these cards, especially going into 30th anniversary, which is super fucking expensive. And I can't even possibly fathom buying like a $250 pack of cards. Like, there is part of me that wants to open one as a meme just to see and get lucky, but you never know. No one will know. Jake. No one's going to judge you.
No one's going to judge you. Just don't tell anybody.
But don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
You don't need rent.
Exactly. And so, when it comes down to, I complain about Rocket League all the time. And I'm like, my Xbox still pretty much fucking works once I get through the first 10 seconds of lag. But when it comes down to, I could actually just buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the professor made a thumbnail that was just like this, where he's comparing it to like one of the new video game systems that people have been putting off buying. And I know this is long-winded. I'm sorry. I appreciate you bearing with me.
Your point is valid, man. I'm in the same boat. I only have a certain chunk of expendable income, and of that chunk, I chunk off a chunk for MTG expenditures. And so I had a purchase lined up. We are close friends with a person that had access to that Judge Academy pack that they sold with all of the promos included, the Zakama and blah blah blah, all the stuff. Yeah, I wanted the Judge promo crick. I've wanted it for a while. That's going to be the commander of my mono black deck. Just perpetually change it off of Erebos. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Sure. And so I had that lined up. She's messaging me earlier today saying, hey, so how about, and it was somewhere under 150. And I was like, the answer is yes, but I now want to buy the 30th anniversary $150 pack. And so that 150 is going to go to that instead of the crick for now, because I can get, Chrome Mox at all. And so it's valid, man. Look at Renin 6. Let's get back to Double Masters 22. Look at Renin 6. Holy.
I want to say, hey, really quick to Gem Mint. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah. We can
really
take a
good
second
videos
here.
over there. So if you haven't checked out Gem Mint MTG, there's some nice conversation over there. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, dude, I mean, this is a really good example of patience pants.
For sure. Look at Renin 6.
Especially Double Masters.
It's interesting to me that the Renin 6 chart here is like it is, but I think what this reflects is that there were players who wanted a 4 set of Ren and 6, but prior to this
100%.
release didn't want to pay over $100 per card. And so you see it get announced and you see it come out, and suddenly we're starting to normalize in price, and we've got a second major printing, and we can now get in on it. And so this price hasn't really dropped in contrast to some of the other cards in the set, because, and I think that's totally because people were waiting in the wings to be like, I want a 4 set of this. I want to jump in on, a format that, or a deck in a format that I haven't really been able to experience, but I've been interested in. People are always talking about how sick Ren and 6 is.
This
now I can buy a 4 set.
This is what I call specifically the Tarmogoyf effect, right?
Okay.
And this is the Tarmogoyf effect pre-Modern Masters, the original Modern Masters.
Yeah.
Tarmogoyf Modern was it had been a budding format for a few years leading up to that point, right? And when Tarmogoyf finally came out, and Tarmogoyf, like pre-Modern Masters, I have to remember it at like 200 to 250 a card. And when it finally got reprinted in
You're
that
talking
set,
about the Future Sight version?
Future Sight Tarmogoyf pre-Modern Masters was super high. I don't even know if you had to go back and look at it.
Eternal Masters is here.
No, further back.
Oh yeah, there's.
All right, so there it is.
Right here.
All right, so here we go. Tarmogoyf effect. So Tarmogoyf going into Modern Masters, it was one of these cards that was it priced people out of Modern. But what happened when that set came out, which was the exact opposite of what people expected, okay? It gave people an opportunity to finally pick the card up, and for some reason it spiked the price. I don't know what the market was like back then, whether it was a bull market or a bear market. Like right now we're in a market where it's like clearly we're down from where we were last year.
Sure.
But what's interesting about this card is you had people that were priced out of Modern that were like, I'm never going to play Modern, because if I did want to play Modern, I would want to play Modern Jund, and I'm never going to have 4 Tarmogoyfs. And then for some reason they went to a draft and they finally pulled the fucking Tarmogoyf.
Right.
And what happened was they were like, fuck it, I'm getting the other 3.
Now you got to buy 3, right?
Boom. So that's what happened. You had people that were reserved to, I'm never going to do it. It's over.
Right.
And then it happened. It finally came out. But now Tarmogoyf has been absolutely neutered. You have Fatal Push and a million spells that just kill it. And
Steve P asked if that card's good now. Tarmogoyf, has sort of fallen out of the limelight.
It's super fair. It's fair. It's like an uncommon. It could be a rare. I don't think it should ever be printed at Mythic again. I think it's a rare card. I think Tarmogoyf could even be an uncommon. It's just like a fine card.
Gem Mint said Ren and 6 is one of the best cards in Modern and will be for a long time. Uncommon. Exactly right. That is the case. This one and, a land like Cavern of Souls like to go hand in hand when they get reprinted. This is sort of another exception to the rule here as far as the crash.
But it's not like Tarmogoyf in that it's not as easy to squeeze into decks. It's much more narrow, that Ren and 6, whereas Tarmogoyf is like, are you running green? Jam the Tarmogoyf in.
Right.
First time Tarmogoyf was played, it was getting jammed into like mono blue decks. Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. So those are that's the top 4 most expensive cards and what they've kind of done over time since the set was released. Let's look at some of the ones that were a little further down the list, and let's talk about Allosaurus Shepherd. Allosaurus Shepherd getting played. Look at this. From February 2021 all the way through May. We're sort of getting down towards the end of May, and we get under $100 fully maybe by June, but this one was spiking tip top $223 all-time high in March 19th of 2021. A single reprint of a mythic that a deck wants 4 of, and now
it shows that legacy has no bearing on price.
Exactly.
Like, that's really like what we learned from that.
Early sellers were like, oh, well, it's $100. It was $100 last year. Let's start the pre-sale at 70. And people see 100, people see 70 and go, oh, baby.
And you're like, oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Finally. And Commander wants the card too. It does. Like, it's a great card for Commander. But Legacy has no bearing on price. So it's just like, oh, okay. Well, then this card is just like, yeah, it's crazy.
I want to see some of the ones. Oracle of Moldiah, Zendikar. We were up in the $40, 30, mid 30 range for this copy. Jumpstart gets a reprint, sort of pulls it down under 20, and then we get, look at that, Double Masters right there.
Now you can get the sexy one for like under $10. You can get the alternate. Yeah.
$9.50. Hey, look, all-time low today. $9.50 for a borderless Oracle.
And you could probably find it for cheaper on eBay.
Right.
I mean, you'll still have to pay tax and shipping, but you could probably finagle.
Chat, as we look at these, what are some of the singles in Double Masters that you were excited for a reprint of, and now you've picked up at a nice low price? Didn't we have an altar? I've been looking for an altar here as I've been sitting here. Surely it's not
Phyrexian Altar? It's at the top. It's further. It's a rare.
Oh, here we go. Thank you. I completely missed it. So let's look at this. Invasion Ultimate Masters was the last reprint. This is one, this is when we would have been like alerting. If we were, time machining back to Ultimate Masters here, we're going, okay, y'all, this card, it was reprinted. We had it in Invasion, same timeline. So January.
We were not even talking about this card going into UMA.
But
it was
had
obscure.
look at between 2018 and 2019, it getting that little bout of a boost from the reprint. Yeah. We're over 50s. And so we go to Ultimate Masters and it gets reprinted.
It finally put the card on people's radar. Because up to that point, I mean, that's where people are like, shit, this is a combo piece and it is amazing.
Well, and we were starting to play a lot of Commander from home at that time. That whole thing was starting. It hadn't really hit its full stride yet. So you got to think Commander grew so much through when all of our lives were in quarantine. And that absolutely blew out a lot of single prices. But this is about when we would have started alerting on Phyrexian Altar and Ultimate Masters is, hey, it's gone, from 17 up to 20 over 5 or 6 months. And then we just start climbing. No reprints. Commander's becoming even way more popular. We're touching 100 with this art, bouncing off. Now we look at Double Masters base copies starting above 50 just because of price memory, but we're down in the all-time low. Oh, there's a finance short I'll make. All-time low today of $32.37 for Phyrexian Altar, which is as cheap as it's been in a while.
And this is my question with this set is how would it be performing right now if our economy was in a better spot? Like, say the SPY were at last time this year, the SPY was at like $450 to $470. What would it be like if our market were better? Would people be buying them up quicker? Would there be a less of a depression on the prices? Probably so. So we have a premium set, essentially. It's a master's set.
Right.
And it was released, and now the cards are floating around here in the abyss during a bear market where people are kind of annoyed with Magic with the huge influx of not only tons of products but a controversial product, which is the 30th anniversary edition. So when you think about that, it's like, would the product be performing differently in a different market? Maybe it would be. Maybe people would be soaking it up, but you would still have the same volume of products. You would still have $1,000 product knocking at the door. You would still have the $150 secret layer knocking at the door. You'd still have the Post Malone layer, all the shit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's still going to be released. It's like I tweeted yesterday. I want that extra life secret layer, but it is bookended constantly, like multiple bookends on the front and on the back of just product. And there's no chance to breathe. There's no chance for me to go, well, that chunk of my budget, I'll use some of that on that secret layer.
It's a paradise for players. Right. For players that want authentic copies of the cards, Double Masters is a singles paradise. If you don't have cards from Double Masters, not financial advice. I mean, like, there's no time like the present, especially like all this borderless stuff too. That's really cool. Get 4 Swift Spears for Pioneer borderless. They're super cheap, like a bunch of stuff.
I mean,
it's
Borderless Mana Vault at 50. We're going to be able to look at this in the next year. Next 2 years. This card cranks back up.
For me, it's funny because I love this card, but this card is so, like, I'm so medium on this being a mythic. I don't know why I don't like it as a mythic. But
what's the like first cut of the hardcore Mana Rocks, right? This is the one you're like, this isn't really the deck for Mana Vault. But, you know, and I think Jake said it best. Not financial advice, but the point is here's your answer. Everybody who's asking, always, when should I start looking at singles for Double Masters 22? Your answer is probably now.
We're like 3.5 months past the release right now.
Figure out what you want. Figure out what you want to target. Use your preferred purchasing platform. If you use TCG Player, do use the link that we've got because it's an affiliate link and costs you nothing extra, and it gives us a little kickback from TCG Player so we can buy some Nutri-Grain bars.
That's right. And if you aren't throwing your money at like actual good stuff like the S&P and AMD while it's like super low, then why not throw it at, you know, good MTG singles?
I saw a lot of people saying Food Chain, Marchesa the Black Rose, Top, Blood. Yeah, I mean Blood Forged. Oh my God, yo, Blood Forged, dude. Is that even on this list? No, I'm gonna have to search it up specifically.
Blood Forged Battle Axe.
This one. As a last little note to this whole topic, you want to talk about Scarcity Commander 2017. A really good artifact, don't get us wrong. But above $20? I don't know.
That card destroyed me in Limited. I got absolutely blown out by that card Limited.
And now because of the reprint, and it's one of those stacked reprints that we're always talking about where you got the base copy and then you got the etched copy on that driving the price of the base copy down. And then you got the, Borderless Showcase, whatever it gets called in that set on top of those, driving them down. We find a lot of times that the foil etched sort of doesn't get driven down by those because a lot of players just want what it looks like.
From but the etched are actually like rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And so, you know, but yeah. Down from $20, scarcity price to $2. Go pick up excellent equipment for $2. But yeah, start looking at Double Masters 2022. Let us know
if you haven't already.
Yeah, if you haven't already. If you're watching this after the stream, let us know in the comments if you got any questions about what prices we think cards are at. We don't give out financial advice, but we can just talk about some possible target prices. And that's
I mean, as far as price targets for cards, like 50% off from what they were. I mean, I know that some of them were unaffected. We talked about Cavern and Dockside.
The settle after preview prices, right?
Yeah, especially scarce plays. Like, I think you could actually use something like EDH Rec as a resource, and you could probably sort by top played cards. And if any of those are mythics and they appear on the list, then you could probably say to yourself, okay, if it's a top played EDH card, maybe it's not going to go through an insane price adjustment, especially if it's a mythic. If it's a rare and it's getting a reprint in a set like this and there's a collector product, then the rares are probably going to be affected. Like Bloom Tender, for example.
Exactly what you're talking about right here.
Yeah.
This card got slammed. Hope you sold your Eventide Bloom Tenders before. I mean, it did get the mystery booster print, but
got smacked down, baby.
Yeah. I mean, up into the $50 in 2020. Still pushing 30s easy through 2022. And then Double Masters.
It's always good to sell the rip. Always good to sell it all. If you're selling all-time high, then you're doing it right. But if you are just collecting cards and you're like, yeah, you know what, I bought it at all-time high, but I want it in my deck, then clearly we're not really talking to you. You just bought the card because you want to be able to play with it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be going through commander decks being like, oh, yeah, like, I need to sell this foil because this set's about to come out.
No.
If you love that card, just play the card and love the card, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially these days with Wizards of the Coast printing so much, I would just expect, you know, fluctuation to be heavy on stuff. It's just, yeah, it's weird too with the 30th anniversary and just so many people that are just a little bit annoyed we had that poll. We could probably check in on that poll in this video too, Joel. And we could talk about how 90% of people out of 24,000 votes, if they were asked to kill one product, what product would they kill?
Yeah.
And it would be the 30th anniversary set. I have to use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
So Double Masters 2022 singles, chat. Get them while they're hot. So I just put a little Q&A up there, chat. What MTG Finance topic is on your mind? This is some new YouTube live feature. We're going to test it out here tonight. I just simply said, what MTG Finance topics on your mind? Hit us with it. I want to see how it works. And we'll go from there. Steve P, we're working on letters and numbers. No, I'm just kidding. He's like 9 weeks old. It's awesome. It's awesome. It is a transcendental human experience for sure. Who picks up multiple secret layers to keep unopened? I'd say early on that was a definite thing. Definite thing for us. We'll let Jake get back and we'll start this Q&A. Antonio, I wish all products would slow down, bro. I loved when I was growing up, first starting to play, and this is like, you know, wanting the old days to be the current days kind of crap. But I loved when you went to a plane and then there was a second set and then the third one kind of wrapped that story out. And we were on a plane for, 6 months to a year. But there was an ongoing story happening. I mean, I guess that's what we're in now, right? It's not just like Ixalan 1, Ixalan 2, Ixalan 3, moving on. It's, it's more of we're going to be doing this one war storyline. Because War of the Spark was like really built up to and sick, and then the story kind of fell flat.
Thank you.
Jake, I got a Q&A going. Some new feature on YouTube.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it up there though. Thought maybe some of these questions could be shorts. We'll see. Looking at some of these questions though, Jake, do you still buy any secret layers to just keep unopened? Charlie Gallo asked.
Me? Do I have them to just keep them unopened?
Yeah.
This is a funny thing about all of my secret layers. They're all pretty much unopened.
Oh, really? I will say...
Yeah, most of them are unopened. I am planning a video. I don't mean to cut you off. I am planning a video where what I'm going to do is I am going to go through and open up secret layers that I plan on keeping, and we're going to see what the card quality is like after X amount of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the layers that I want to plan on keeping. I'm going to talk about when the layer came out, and then clearly I live in a temperature controlled environment, and then I'm going to talk about the card quality, opening them now. If you had bought these and plan to open them, what would they look like?
So do you have any layers that you purchased specifically to sit on and you're never going to open? It's not going to be in that group?
I have off the top of my head, and I could probably find it. Let me can we put a pin in this one, and I'm going to look for something really quick in my notes. I'll say my
piece about it. If you look, I'm trying to do my camera here. If you look right here in my shot chat, that's my little secret layers stash. Those are all now empty. Finally, I'll tell you what I did. I was the same way. I was getting these things. Well, I was getting these things.
You were just stacking them up.
Right. I had no time. I wasn't taking the time to play. I wasn't taking the time to put them in decks. And I buy secret layers specifically to open and play. I don't really purchase them to sit on and resell. I don't really do that with any of my collection. I'm a purchase to own.
Sure.
This is mine kind of person. If I ever sell out, it'll be all at once, everything I've got. That's my potential exit if it ever happens, if that's not just like a pass down to my child. So
okay.
I had all these just sitting, and before we went to Vegas in the summer, I was like, I'm going to make sure that I have a few decks that have 0 proxies, no chance of there being a possible proxy in there, so that I can freely play with people. And we were trying to do that two-headed giant event, and I didn't want to show up with any proxies to an official event, that kind of thing, and get anybody bent out of shape. Sure. And so I opened up every single one.
We would have won if I were a better player.
No, we just missed an infinite combo. Triskelion can be tricky. I opened up every single secret layer I was sitting on and just found homes for them in decks, even if it wasn't like on the deck list or synergistic or planned. I was just like, I'm just going to use these. And so I started shoving them into decks. So did you find any that you are sitting on?
Yeah, so I went through and I found this, and all of these are sealed. Okay, I keep a tight inventory of what I have, so I'll just tell you exactly what I have right here that's currently sealed. I have 2 copies of Kaleidoscope Killers. I have 1 Bitter Blossom Dreams, 1 Eldraine Wonderland, 1 Restless in Peace, 1 Seeing Visions, 2 Explosion Sounds, 1 OMG Kitties, 1 Prime Slime, 1 Year of the Rat, 1 Theros Stargazing Perforos, 1 Theros Stargazing Erebos, 2 Theros Stargazing Thassa, 2 Extra Life 2020, 1 Perfection, 1 Perfection Foil Edition, and then I also have 4 other copies of Kaleidoscope Killers, and I have 4 copies of Walking Dead, and I have 4 copies of Black is Magic, and I think that's it.
And those are just for sitting?
Those are all currently sitting, and some of them, to pare down as far as space goes, are going to be opened and assimilated into collections. The ones that I have one-ofs, a lot of the one-of ones. Walking Dead was an easy extra scoop up, because I was like, this is a product. They showed us. What was crazy about Walking Dead is they showed us that they could do it right with Ikoria, and then they fucked it up in Walking Dead with the nameplate. And I was like, this is going to be controversial. I'm buying 4 of them. And so that's essentially what ended up happening there. So wait, can we see normal chat, or is this just the Q&A thing?
Okay. The Q&A I've learned is more of a banner that goes at the top of chat. It's not an actual, just straight up, but it does pin it up there, which is nice. I guess something to note.
I don't know why I can't see chat.
We can put a pin in. Oh, you got the little hash marker up at the top where it says Q&A questions. Oh, does it just, I see. So we can sort chat. Sorry, we're learning about a new YouTube feature as we're sitting here streaming. Our bad.
Yeah, because I can't see anything Chad is saying. It's
just
like
questions. I see.
Yeah.
So if we do the Q&A, I see it gives us another sort option to sort out just questions. And you can click up there and go back to live chat to get back up there.
Oh, how do I go back to live chat? End Q&A?
No. Up at the top, it says questions.
Oh, I got it. It's its own filter.
John Reed asks, so right now, y'all, any finance topics that are on your mind? We're just kind of picking and choosing, doing a little Q&A right quick. I want to see if these can be some good shorts. We've received some guidance from some YouTube people that are like, hey, answer questions. And we're happy to do that.
Answer some questions.
Has Magic 30 box affected the price of any of the OP cards?
Oh, are you talking about like the price of dual lands and stuff like that? Yes, the price of dual lands have gone down. Revised dual lands? Like, I've seen heavily played Underground Seas for like sub 500, which is pretty wild.
So
in my opinion.
Market price on Underground Sea going into 2021, we're looking at about 591. As we get into 2022, we're looking at about 949. Jim Mint MTG actually had a good video talking about that, big jump in prices of these reserve list cards. But it is interesting, Jake. You're absolutely right. I don't know that this is in response to that Magic 30th anniversary product per se, because the decline started at the top of 2022.
That could be bear market though, but look at that fall off.
That's what I'm saying.
That
average down to 780.
Decline,
yeah.
That gradual decline could just be general market outside of MTG. Just general market bearishness. But that little knife down, can you change the guide to be let's go there. Okay. So where was our announcement?
I mean, the Magic 30 announcement.
That's not even really a knife. It's just a dip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think, to answer your question, I don't think that the 30th anniversary product itself is significantly moving the needle on the prices of these. But overall, a lot of consumer sentiment is sort of low right now. And you combine that with a market that's down over the last while, and you are seeing trends down in some of these prices.
Well, this makes me think if you do want an authentic playable version, you should look up just heavily played on eBay, if you would, please, an Underground Sea price.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope I'm not logged into eBay currently. Oh, I am, but it just says Joel. We're good.
We know who Joel is.
Look at my recently viewed items. It's it's 2 of the Black Lotuses. Here, hang on. Let me swap over so chat can see this. Chat, look at my most recently viewed items. I was like, when that 30th anniversary thing got announced, I was like, oh man, the Black Lotus cost must have gone through the roof. Nope. It's still just like under $20 to pick those up. So you want to look at heavy play?
Yeah, just type in HP Underground Sea. HP is going to be exactly what we need. Hey, baby.
$469, $305. This one's sitting at 2 bids currently.
I'll talk to you about it later.
3 days left. It ends Saturday at 11.
Well, look at this one up top here. $469.99 or best offer. Authenticity guarantee, 5-star. Let's see what this seller looks like. What do we got? 100% positive. I'd feel fine buying this card. That's the kind of play.
Oh no, 707. I see.
Yeah. So I mean, this for me, like if I just want an authentic copy of this card, I mean, look at that. This looks pretty consistent with the kind of play that you see on some of these old cards. If you look at the back of it, it's just like, oh yeah, it's nice and beat to shit. Its corners look like they're from Alpha.
It's sexy as hell, dude. It's honestly sexy.
But this for me is like, if I had the capital for it, to get an authentic copy of this card that otherwise is normally always sitting above $500 for like cheap, that seems fine for me. And I don't even think like we might see other ones pop up. You know, this might not even be the lowest that it goes, but I mean, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
It's a playable card. That's right.
For sure.
And so for me, rather than buy something near mint, that's just like, oh God, you know, whenever I see a near mint one pop up, I'm always just like, take that with a grain of salt. These are some of the most heavily counterfeited cards in the game. Just give me the HP. Give me the heavily played, lightly played goodness.
Jake, DJ Zam asks, should I continue my journey of buying OG duels? I mean, based on the prices that we're seeing right now, trending down. I mean, what else do we have? You got Underground.
Goals to have the set, then I mean, not financial advice, but yeah, buy during the bear market. If you're not affected by the bad economy, and if you aren't like hurting for cash, and your goal was to complete this, I mean, what are you going to do? Wait for the economy to bounce back, and then they end up going back up? Because here's the thing. Here's the sentiment, right? Or just like, this is how I see it, is the back of the card does matter. There are going to be people that want to buy the proxy version that's about to come out because it's going to be cheaper. But I think that, you know, that product is super expensive and those cards are going to get soaked up. I just think that people are going to soak those up. And I think that what's going to end up happening is you're going to have the authentic cards that go through a dip and then they have a gradual incline. You know, that's just my gut instinct. If Wizards of the Coast was straight up reprinting Reserve List,
never would happen.
Then the whole Shivan Dragon argument goes out the window, right? Which is the argument that is, oh, well, look at the price of the original Alpha Shivan Dragon and the Beta Shivan Dragon versus Shivan Dragon, which was reprinted in the last set, which was worth 50 cents. When they actually start reprinting Reserve Lists in a legally playable way, that's when the Shivan Dragon argument just goes right out the window. It no longer matters at that point. At that point, all bets are off. Anything can fucking happen and everything will tank. If they actually reprint the Reserve List in a playable way and violate that old code, that's when you have the free fall. That's when you have the knife, and that's when everybody tries to get out, in my opinion.
DJ Zam, to answer your question, I mean, I'm looking at the price on Underground Sea kind of falling off. I'm looking at the price on Volcanic Island, not fall off really, but sort of stagnate. You know, Tropical Island sort of falling off. In July, it was marketing for like $848, and now it's marketing for like $580. I mean, that's not an insignificant drop over the last, you know, less than 6 months. So, you know, honestly, it's in this kind of market, whatever type of asset you're talking about, if it's playable cardboard, if it's, you know, it's a good time to buy. It's a good time to be buying if you're sitting on cash while everything's tanking. You know, the people that are the richest right now after the real estate crash were going to the government and getting a ton of money and buying a ton of houses from the people that had to sell them for no money at all. Those are now the richest people. Right. So take it for what you will. Nothing on this channel is financial advice.
That's right. That's right. Someone had a good question up here. Do y'all trust eBay's authenticity checks? No, I trust a seller's feedback and volume of sales over time. And if I just see that, you know, it's a new account and it's selling a bunch of like high-end stuff, I'm probably going to avoid it. But if it's like an old account with 100% feedback, or if it has like one negative feedback and like hundreds of feedback, that tells me that this person's on the up and up. And oftentimes you could just reach out to someone and get a good read on whether the card is legit or not, just based on communication. Jake, I definitely look at feedback rating.
Jake has a lot of experience with eBay. It's what he's always used. He never really used TCG Player. He always used eBay. And so that experience translates into a good experience for him because he knows how to navigate those waters. A lot of players, a lot of new players especially, I wouldn't recommend starting on eBay. You might get cheaper prices there, but there is some navigation required. Whereas TCG Player, a lot of times, especially if you're buying, you know, they're like verified stock, you can pretty much rest easy that you're going to get the card that you wanted, or it's going to be made up for because you're dealing with a store and not a person who tried to trick you. Now, that's not to say that you're always going to get cards that show up in the right condition, because you can't see any pictures on TJ. The vast 95% of the cards that are selling on TCG Player, you're not getting pictures, so you can't just check and verify. Whereas eBay's, you know, entire platform starts with picture and title, basically. You know, it's you could just kind of have to figure out how to navigate it if you're gonna purchase from there.
I love eBay purchasing for like cards anywhere from like super cheap, like 25 cents, all the way up to like $50. My thought process as a buyer is just like, I don't think people are going to try to scam for, you know, $50 cards most of the time and below. It's just not worth the time or the risk or any of that shit. I think most of the time, the type of scam accounts that I see, it'll be somebody who sells a bunch of low end stuff, and then they're selling, they sell low end stuff or stuff not related to MTG to build a feedback rating, and then they use the feedback rating. So you want to look at people's past sales, and they use that feedback rating. Say they build it up to like 125, just selling like random singles that are worth like $1 or less, and then like other random shit. And then what they do is they pop on and they go, Gaia's Cradle, $300 under market price near mint. And then they hope to, hook somebody with a fake cradle who's like, oh, they have 100% feedback rating. And then, the account quickly gets compromised or shut down, but a few people get screwed over. And that's where you've run into trouble on eBay.
I like this question, and this question honestly has some like drama built into it because a lot of people hated the move, so I want to talk about my take on it real fast. Michelangelo asked, did you guys see that Wizards sent 30th anniversary set to Cassius Marsh to make it look valuable? And absolutely, I saw that. When I saw it in the middle, it has like a slabbed looking card. I found out, I'm pretty sure that's just a single card from that set. It's got the back, it's got the fake back. And it was just to, sort of make it visually look cool, or at least guarantee.
Oh God, I want to see this. Do you have this video?
He had one to pull up. But look, this was a move by Wizards. They know what their audience is for that product. Their audience is the audience that follows Cassius Marsh and, likes Post Malone's collection and goes on Whatnot and is looking for, those major pulls and spending a ton of money. I mean, I know the vast majority of players are, budgeting and making sure they're spending what they want to on MTG, but I know I've seen on some of these Facebook groups of the buy, sell, roll stuff, I've seen people who have shown off their budget for MTG for the entire year, and it's in the hundreds of thousands total. Yeah. And so that customer exists for them, and that $1,000 product is for that customer. Yes, it is a small percentage at the very top of the MTG collector community, but you think about selling a bunch of $10 things, or you can be a type of salesman who sells one $100,000 thing. It's just two different approaches to those types of customers.
Yeah, I mean, targeting. People who have the expendable that are just like, all right, we're gonna open the Black Lotus. We're just going for it. I don't give a fuck. That's who they're targeting.
Exactly. And so the influencer, if you want to, is your Cassius Marshes, your Post Malones for that product, because they know that, even if Rudy's audience or our audience or any of the MTG Finance audiences see one of us opening that pack, they're not going to go, oh man, now here goes my $1,000 to it, because they know we're operating in a different realm. And so was I jealous? Oh my God, yeah, dude. Send me free stuff, please. They've done it occasionally, but not with that. They didn't even send us free Double Masters 22
what was this
stuff
on, like Instagram or something?
Yeah, it was on Cassius Marsh's Twitter. But
okay.
That's what I think about it. I think that was a very strategic play. I think that it made people jealous because I think deep down everybody kind of wants this, but they can't afford it, and that pisses them off. And that is the intention of the product in my mind, is to be that ridiculously overpriced thing that some people can be like, oh, welcome to my house party. Oh, those framed cardboard rectangles? Yes, that is called Magic 30th edition. That is all that represents all of the Power 9 and all of the duels. Now, look, they're not real. I'm not some kind of crazed person, but I did buy that set, and I bought a bunch of singles from that set.
Yeah.
That's what I think that was for.
Let's find this. I want to find this video. I want to see what he pulled. What did he get? A pack? Did he open a pack?
He just tweeted a picture. Cassius Marsh. He just tweeted a picture. Oh, we're not following Cassius Marsh? What the hell? This. Here, let me swap over.
Okay.
So check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Cassius Marsh tweets, crying eye, crying smile, crying smile, crying smile. I love you at Wizards Magic MTG 30. So I'm scrolling through my feed and I see this and this and this. And I immediately am like, oh my God, they not only gave him 2 sets of the packs, but they also gave him a freaking time twister and a slab. What the hell?
I mean, he probably brings a lot of people to the game in some capacity.
Absolutely. From a high level collector whale perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of talked about this with the MTG Secret Lair, Post Malone Lair. You think they don't want to attract more really, really, really rich celebrities to this game? That's what they want to do. So you got an NFL star with $1 million contract. You got a Post Malone star with, I'm sure he's making way more than $1 million a year. So
sure,
it's a calculated move. This whole thing is a calculated move.
I mean, they do look like sexy packs. It looks like some sort of like black label.
I'm sure deep down in all of our cores, we all want this, but we just can't have it. And that's part of the allure. It is part of the allure. And anybody, I mean, that doesn't admit that.
It's an irresponsible and stupid purchase. That's the thing.
Hell yeah.
And I'm not saying
people go to Vegas for entire weekends to just do stupid and irresponsible things.
That's right. That's right. And I like doing it. Right. I like putting $100 bill into a slot machine and maybe turning it into absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
But sometimes it turns into like $300 or $400. So like,
there you go. I mean, I get gambling addiction at talk.
I get it, because here's the thing about it is the cards aren't even legal, air quotes legal, but that doesn't mean that the Black Lotus out of this product isn't going to be, a couple $1,000s. It very well may be. Hell, it might even be a $5,000 card. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It would surprise me if it was, but also there would be part of me that's like, God, I'm not even surprised at all. That was fucking stupid and saw it coming. It's a Black Lotus reprint. But is it actually a reprint with the card back? It's as close as they could get. As close as they could get without setting everything on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Follow-up question from Michelangelo is, do you guys think the release of the 30th anniversary was made to make more people buy the countdown kit as an alternative? Not specifically that, but I do think that they had those two products conceptualized at the same time, and they knew exactly what they were doing to offer $1,000 for a way to get the reserve list on cardboard in some way, whatever the lawyers will sign off on. And then we're going to offer this thing for the average player. It's going to be $150 secret layer, which is rare. But people are going to get it without thinking about it. People are going to go, oh yeah, I'm going to snap by Chrome.
Are you ready for this?
It's got a Chrome Mox in there.
But listen, this is where my head just went during that while you were talking about this. I think this is what's going to happen. I think, and I haven't been on, I haven't read it anywhere. I'm sure that some other people have probably thought this. I bet that every single one of these secret layers of the countdown advent calendar is going to have one of the cards from the anniversary packs.
That's a spicy take. I hadn't thought of that.
I mean,
if
they're in tandem,
back of your head.
If they're in tandem,
right?
Because think about it, they didn't put any of the old shit on there. What if each of those has like a rare, and you could get one of those Power 9 cards in the advent calendar, and that's the secret card. Watch Wizards, that end up being the secret card.
Wizards, Blake.
No,
Rosewater,
seriously.
I hope y'all are watching us. I hope y'all are watching us sit here and sell copies of your Magic 30 advent calendar.
Watch. I bet that they end up going, look, all those people that didn't buy it are going to be angry. We're going to put those in there as the secret card. And then when they open it and somebody gets a fucking tropical island and somebody opens a fucking lotus in there, they're going to be like, holy shit, I can't believe it happened. And it's going to have the fake card back. It's going to be one of the proxies. But that just seems like such an easy way to tie both these products in together.
Right.
Otherwise, why not include one of the like sought after cards in the $150 layer?
Oh,
just give us like one. Or like 1% chance. Like say it's like 30% chance that you get a foil in there. 1 or 10% chance that one of your cards is upshifted to one of the proxies from what's it called?
I have wondered what the extra card in that thing is going to be. If it is another sliver, which I'm on record as being completely against from the beginning. Do not make those the secret inclusion cards. Go back to the blueprint things. If they include those freaking slivers in that advent calendar, I'm going to lose my mind. But if it is a card from 30th anniversary edition
from 30th, I think it is. That's
that.
What my gut tells me. If I were in charge over there, that's what I would do. I would say if both of these products are coming out in tandem and they're both part of 30th anniversary, then let's have a list of cards. Maybe it's an abbreviated list. Maybe watch it just end up being Power 9. Like that would just be fucking stupid, right? If it's like Power 9 are the only options, and then it's like everybody who buys one of these is getting one of the good cards. But that to me seems like if you're calculated, if you're trying to drive hype, if you're trying to put the curveball in, which was like, let's talk about a curveball from the past, which was Mythic Edition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who missed out on Mythic Edition got a fucking uncut sheet.
Yeah.
Shut up about it. Just shut up about it.
Just shut up. Just quiet.
Everybody who's missing out on the $250 packs, well, maybe they give you in as your secret card. Maybe that ends up being the answer. Or maybe they just absolutely that flies over their head and it's a missed opportunity. But it seems like a good move. And that's all pure speculation just based on if I were in charge, what would I do? And I think it would be a good marketing move to like include that. And you would have the people that complain and go, I can't believe Watsy gave me this fake trash.
Well, that's when the cognitive dissonance starts because they've talked so much shit about it. But now it's just like, now I have one. I'm just gonna hide this volcanic island in my notebook and not tell anybody about it.
And then they go, I think I'm just going to sleeve it and play it. And if somebody asks me about it, I'm going to say I got it as a gift.
I found this. I
got it as a gift and I didn't want it, but I'm going to play with it because I at least have it as a gift.
A scary humanoid crocodile in a sewer gave it to me. I found it. I swear.
Watch. It's going to end up, maybe it isn't Power 9, but watch the secret card just be one of the copies of a dual land. That would be an easy way. You just go
everybody who
land.
buys the Advent gets a fake dual land. That'd be pretty sweet.
I mean, think about that, because then you're not giving anything too overpowered. No Power 9. You got to buy the good stuff for that. You got to buy the expensive shit to run the gambit of the mega, the mini, the grand.
Plus, it makes sure that everybody gets a cool inclusion and not
and you're not getting Shiv and Dragon. You're not getting exactly.
Oh my god,
exactly. That would be the move, is just go dual lands. I know, and John Reed is saying never going to happen, but watch it end up happening, because if you are trying to celebrate and everybody wants to celebrate the 30th anniversary, sure, you could get the secret layer, which is pretty sweet. I mean, we already reviewed it. There's a ton of value in it. There's a review on the channel if you want to watch it. But I mean, that seems like a way to tie the two products together nicely, put a little bow on it, and make everybody who was complaining and butthurt who bought the side product a little happy when they go, oh my God, I'm part of it and I didn't want to be. And then now watch what happens is you force them to be part of it. Are you ready?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Everybody owns one. The cognitive dissonance collapses in on itself. Right. And suddenly they're like, well,
they have to be in on it.
I was given this. WotC I didn't want it, but I'm not going to not run it.
Right. And you're going, oh my, what the fuck? And you look at the back of it and it's the fake card back. And you're like, holy shit, I got one of the foil whatevers. Yeah. You're immediately in on it. And now whether you didn't want to, it's the cognitive dissonance. You're sitting there and you're kind of like, I hate this product, but this is cool. Fuck.
Now I have one.
And you're forced into having it.
You get a lot
it doesn't cost Wizards of the Coast anything to do it.
Well, it doesn't cost them anything to do any of their entire business model, right? That's why Hasbro's like, we need more profits. We need more profits.
Bro. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, Volgar. An X out of 100 Black Lotus proxy. Because that's the end game.
Well, we're about to see. Somebody actually asked, what do you think of serialized cards? Do you think they're the future? The future is now, baby boy, baby girl, baby doll.
I mean, bro, like
that's in bro. So I'll tell everybody hanging out, we will be live again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, for the release video of Brothers War being released right at noon Eastern. And we're going to stream that. And
there's Foil Quest tomorrow too. I need to prep that stream after we get done. Lots
of streams tomorrow. Lots of streams over these 2 days. But, I mean, do we think serialized cards are the future? Yes, because they're here. They are the present. They will be in Brothers War. There is no doubt in my mind that the secret layer test of them was to acclimate them to us, warm up the water in which we were swimming in the pot, so to speak. And now the pot is boiling and you don't even notice, because we have been slowly eased into it, starting with ultimate box toppers. And now we're at serialized cards in a main set alongside Transformers. It's here. The future is here.
We haven't even talked about Transformers, which
we
is
have
crazy.
Not covered on this channel the Transformers cards in the least little bit. Everybody,
you know what? I want to take a moment. Oh, yeah. I bet you and I were on the same page here.
I think so.
I want to say this. Currently, we have 370 people watching, which is freaking awesome. So thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, that's got to be a record for one of our Wednesday streams. So we really appreciate everybody hanging out, asking us the questions, doing this little Q&A. This has actually been a really fun thing that I think we'll probably make a segment ongoing, not every week, but occasionally.
Yeah.
I think that this is a really good segment.
Also, if you are enjoying this stream and if you found any of the conversation tonight valuable to you, or if you're enjoying it, please click like and subscribe to the channel, because there will be more streams like this. So if this is something that you want to come back for, and I do see as soon as we do the call to action to ask for subscribers, but we haven't done that much at all this stream. We haven't really asked people to like or subscribe. But if you are enjoying, please help us get to 169 likes, or if we breeze past it, let's get to 269. We're going to continue on with the conversation, but we do appreciate you so much. So thanks for popping in. And if you want to support the channel on a deeper level, you have YouTube memberships, and then we also have a Patreon. You can find all the information in the description of the video. If you're doing TCG purchases, we have an affiliate link for that. That's a great way to help the channel too. So yeah, we do appreciate all of you very much. And thank you for spending your time with us tonight. I know that there's some good TV out. There's a lot of really great stuff. So the fact that you're here hanging out is really sweet. Thank you.
I want to answer this question.
Yeah.
Millsy asks, do you think the 30th edition printing gives the okay to more people saying F you to MTG, or opens up more businesses to even sell fakes? I don't think that businesses selling fakes will be a fallout of this. Hopefully, if they do make that decision, that they are clearly marked as fakes. I think people sell playtest copies, altars, stuff like that all the time. But it's very clearly marked, this is not a legitimate card, this is an altar, or this is a playtest copy, whatever is the legalese that gets you around.
Sure.
Big Daddy Watsy being angry at you. However, I do think, and I've already seen this happen, that the 30th anniversary edition has now legitimized proxies almost community-wide. There's not a lot of argument against it anymore. There was always the just like absolutely crushing argument to me, which is, okay, so are we playing who has more money, or who's been playing the game longer, or are we trying to play Commander? And so if you want to proxy some cards to make your deck a little better, as long as everybody's in the same conversation as power level, don't proxy up every single powerful card. If you just want to proxy some random deck, playtest it, whatever, do it. I mean, look, right here beside me, this is my deck in here for the league next month. This is the entire deck. Our league... Yeah, Our league that we will run through Patreon is completely proxy friendly. And so every month that I play in it, I put the actual call I put the money where the mouth is. And I built the entire deck.
At least make nice looking proxies.
Yeah, for sure.
We do ask you to print something that's nice so that 100%. The cards get picked up on Scryfall and that kind of thing.
But the thing is I think that proxies and Commander should be normalized. And I'm sorry if people don't agree with me on that. But you know, I'm not going to apologize.
Now, here's the thing. If you're going to an actual, air quotes, sanctioned commander tournament, then yes, the cards in your deck should be authentic cards. And if that means moving cards from, say you have 50 different commander decks and one of them has this piece and another one has this piece, and you need to pull a bunch of pieces from those decks before that tournament because you know you're going to a sanctioned thing, then yeah, you pull all the pieces from the different decks and then you move your proxies around, whatever, and then yeah, play an authentic deck in that situation. But otherwise, if you're playing kitchen table Magic, you know, there's this kind of sentiment, right, where people are like, the 30th anniversary, if you play that against me, you're forbidden from playing against me.
It was the same thing with Walking Dead. But then,
99 people out of 100 are all talk, no bark.
It was the same thing with the like Walking Dead. You can't
play.
I'll never play against those. But then Secret Lair Stranger Thing comes out and they're just like, all right, these are kind of cool because it's for me. I didn't like Walking Dead. Yeah. And so it just, the argument starts to collapse in on itself. So I do think that we will see ramifications of this set kind of bleed into the community at large. But I think it's mostly in the player base starting to move towards a more normalized world of using proxies, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't bother me. If you're going to be the kind of person who stands up at the table and makes a big deal about someone running one of the 30th anniversary cards,
right, then
people aren't going to want to play with you because that's not the kind of experience that they're looking to have. You know, if you don't like that card, then just, you know, don't look at it. What's kind of funny about Commander is you have all these people that spend, and I'm just talking about some of the pods that I've played in locally. Yeah. And this was like months back, but I did play some Commander at the local game store. Everybody has all of this, like, clearly money invested in these decks, like blinging pieces. And when people are playing, there's like nobody putting any emphasis on it. It's like the stalemate of wanting to be the first person who gives someone a compliment. Like, oh, really nice card you have there. And I'm sure that varies from pod to pod.
Right.
You know, when we played EDH, if we played a foil or a special variant of a card, we used to announce it and be like, playing a foil promo acidic slime from 2015.
Right. That's always been the standard for us. Is if you've got the bling copy, go ahead and announce it. Our not real rule but fake rule that we liked to meme on was, I'm gonna play a foil basic, so that one taps for 2. And then you just go by your turn, only taps for 1. But we're talking about it, you know. So proxies are overall a good thing, man. It grows the game. You know, people shouldn't have to spend hundreds to be playing. I mean, look at the communities where the cards are the most expensive, and you will see the most proxy-friendly formats that exist. Look at CEDH. Look at Legacy. You see those communities going, by all means, proxy it. What are you talking about? Our proxies?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Peter asks a good question here, and I want to answer it because I think I have the answer. How come proxies are totally allowed in CEDH, but in casuals it's all over the place? Well, my answer to this is that with casuals you have a larger player base, and with CEDH players you have players that are playing top tier tuned decks that want to play against other top tier tuned decks. They don't want there to be any variants, or they know what the 99 are. They know what the flex slots are and what cards can be moved around. And they know that if you can't afford a time twister, you're not giving them the best possible the best possible competition that you can offer. So I think that's why they just want people to be able to play it. And it's the same thing that is said with vintage, is vintage players, they're all priced out. So just proxy it, that way you can play the game.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one last segment. Y'all, thank you for participating in the Q&A. That is definitely a little segment that I think we will do more often. I think, a little peel back the curtain. It's very helpful. Help us make some shorts out of those. I think that a lot of those conversations will be, question and answer sessions will be good shorts for the old algorithm. So we got one other segment we want to do, and we need y'all's help on this. We are going to go.
Are we just now getting to this? Holy shit.
Yeah, we can. I think we can knock it out in about 30 minutes and be done here right about 11:30, 11:40 Eastern time.
All right, give me just a minute. I'm going to use the restroom one more time. I'm going to top off my beverage.
Broke that seal.
And then I'll come back. That's right. I broke the seal. We're hanging out tonight. I'm having fun. Chat, we got 333 people watching. We have 174 likes. Help us get to 269. If we get to 269, Joel, let's give away some Dragon Shield sleeves. If we get to 269.
Absolutely.
We're gonna give away some sleeves. If you are a Commander player, if you just want a fresh pair or a fresh set of sleeves for maybe that Commander deck that you just haven't sleeved up yet, well, it might be your lucky night. So let's get there. Let's get 269 going, and we're going to give away some sleeves. I'll be right back.
Chat, we do appreciate everybody hanging out.
Oh, and if you do win a giveaway, you just have to be a subscriber. You don't have to dig someone up or any of that stuff. Just make sure you're subscribed. And yeah, hopefully come back and check out another stream if you've enjoyed yourself.
Hit that like button. That's what we need right now. I'm going to start another little Q&A thing, but it's just an announcement. Done discussing 2x2. About to build a new version of 30th anniversary secret lair. Help us. Nice. Oh yeah, so y'all, you got to make sure you come back tomorrow about midday if you're on the East Coast, in the morning if you're on the West Coast. We will be covering that Brothers War. You know, they always do the release videos where it's a little bit cringy. What time Central? 11 time zones. Did it. Foil quest tomorrow. Jenk is a mono foil quest. I think he's got a couple more episodes to wrap up, and we're gonna put that one on ice for a little bit. Killer on the short version of the 2x2 discussion is that we're at the time period where most sets are getting towards their bottom out anyway. Economy's also going down. Inflation's high. People have less expendable income. And so that's leading to a premium set released in the summer with excellent singles that are, a lot of them, going to be relevant for a very long time, if not always, being at some of their all-time lows. We talked about some of the exceptions like Cavern of Souls or Ren and 6, and we talked about why they're exceptions. But a lot of the ones, especially between like 10 and 20. Hey, Jim Mint, are you still here? I got a question for you if you're still here. A lot of the ones, especially like $20 or lower, that is where you want to be looking right now. Ryan says, I watch you enough already on the algorithm. I thought I was subscribed. Yeah, Ryan, it's funny. Statistics show that 70% of the people who consistently watch our vids aren't subscribed. That's pretty much a site-wide thing. Mostly people just, you know, watch what pops up. Gem meant we should connect on Discord. I think it'd be a fun segment for the three of us to talk at, you know, whatever topics we can come up with. Have a little 3-person discussion when we're live in the future. I think that could be a good time to have you on if you're interested in doing something like that. Oh, but we appreciate that. Who that boy? Oh my god. Mr. Buzzfuzz. Oh yeah. But actually, I mean, shorts have actually taken, at least for us, not for some channels, but for us, took a big hit as far as view volume. I think that those shorts started catching up with sort of like the volume of your actual channel, whereas for the vast majority of this year, they were outpacing the volume of your channel. But I think they're still a necessary part of the YouTube journey for a YouTuber, so we got to keep them rolling.
Oh.
Opal said, "I'm just here for when you give up on MTG and sell me that Boo playmat." No, dude, that's one of my few trophies.
Yeah, when we get the YouTube play button at 100K, because Joel got the mat, the YouTube play button at 100K comes to me.
Yeah,
so
we've definitely discussed that.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to saw it in half, and they're not giving us 2 of them.
I say we saw it in half.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully by then we have a space, a studio. Maybe we live near each other. Maybe I'll move to Georgia. Get out of the Los Angeles.
Chat. 269 likes, and we're giving away some dragon shields before we get into our final segment. You got until the end of our final segment to get it to 269, and then we're going to give away some dragon shields before the stream ends. But we have a final segment to do, and it's going to be fun.
Bonga Tum Tum says, dude, love that name, by the way, dude. Bonga Tum Tum, that's a or S tier username. Do things continue to improve for you guys? I'm really hoping you can start doing this full time. Love the content. We are in a bit of a valley right now, but overall, I think if you pull all the way back, absolutely. Things continue. Things continue. Thank you, Robo Snow. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the Teddy Fresh hoodie. I pulled it out tonight. I haven't worn it in a while. It's been getting cooler, so it's been like, appropriate exterior temperature for hoodies for me to sit under all these lights and not get absolutely sweaty.
Yeah, we don't want you getting sweaty.
Okay, let's pull up this secret layer so we can see what year it starts. 95, right?
93, and I believe it starts with Shivan Dragon. So 93, for those of you that don't know, would have been alpha and beta. Did Unlimited come out 93? I don't believe it did.
We need to be careful, Jake, to not talk about any spoilers, because some people don't want these packs spoiled. They've seen enough and they want to purchase just on the ones that have been revealed. So,
well, then they should leave the stream right now if they don't want the card to be spoiled.
We are...
If they don't want it to be spoiled, then they should leave the stream right now.
Okay, let's swap
because
over.
we're going to talk about... Yeah, we're going to talk about the card that was included. And then we're going to talk about what we would have picked, which this is all for funsies right here, chat. This is like, we're just hanging out, we're having a fun time here, and this is not for keeps by any chance. Oh, chat, I think we're going to get to the Dragon Shield giveaway. I think we are. We have 308 people watching, and once we get to 269, just make sure you're a subscriber as well. Once we get to 269, we're giving away a fresh set of Dragon Shields. I'm going to get them in the mail tomorrow.
Starting with 1993. Okay, so this is the 30th anniversary countdown kit. If you are not familiar, if you do not want these cards spoiled, because they have revealed a few, but they haven't revealed them all. If you don't want them spoiled and you're planning on purchasing this and experiencing it as you open it, this is your invitation to exit and go watch another one of our videos. A minute.
You got a minute to leave. We're going to give you a minute to get out of here.
It starts with 1993 and it goes all the way through 2022. And so what Jake and I are going to do is we are going to build our own version of this according to what we think it should be. Now, I do want to see what do we got here? Yeah, it's kind of a black and a blue thing. So we're just going to go with a gradient fill. What I'm going to do is,
okay, I love this.
I'm going to build a visual of what we're doing as we do it. So I'll pull the card off and then I'll make sure
Joel,
that
you built so many gradients. Did anyone have any idea?
I like gradients, look at that.
Wait a minute. Can you make the gradients match your hoodie? I would like for the gradients to match your hoodie if we could do that.
Absolutely.
We put some yellow in that top corner.
That was a really poor choice on my behalf. We're just going to go with this. We do need to convert this into a little bit lighter of a purple. Let's go in here and
we
just
got to get rid of that black down there. That
down.
black isn't working.
Yeah, the black is
gonna
turn into just a hard pink. We need to let's go over here, kind of bring it here. We'll go that route. And then this needs to be more of a turquoise. This needs to be like right there. So I would say, look at that. Chat, how did I do?
I think the fuchsia needs to be more muted and be more like a light pink. I think that fuchsia in the bottom is a little too purple.
What if I pull it down? Here we can even go more colors. Let's just go choop. Go like that. Booyah. How about that?
That's better. That's pretty good.
I do?
The green is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it.
That's going to be our 30th anniversary edition.
What's cool is your eyes and colors work the same as my eyes and colors.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Or at least they translate correctly. We're going to start in 1993. We're going to go year 1993, and we are going to build our own version of this. Now, when we're sorting by price, obviously we're not including the moxes. That's not what we're doing. Let's just go ahead and remove is reserved. We're going to minus that. So, looking at this, we know that the choice for 1993 was Shivan Dragon.
Yeah, do we want to change it?
Soul Ring, Demonic Tutor. I mean, it's tough. Yeah. Shivan Dragon, pretty iconic.
Here's the thing. We can't go too over the top. If we go too over the top, it's going to ruin it, and people are going to be like, you just picked every card that was the most expensive.
Right.
I think that we should go with Black Lotus. No. My choice for this is keep it the same as Shivan Dragon. I would also accept Sarah Angel.
I think leaving it as Shivan Dragon is going to be perfect. I like the choice. I like the stock. We're going to leave it, and we're dropping it up there. When we go to 1994, the card is Mishra's Factory. So let's go over here. Let's adjust this to 1994.
All right, what came out in 94?
Wow. I mean, again, we don't want to use too many of our like hard-hitting, heavy-hitting cards. Mishra's Factory down here, third row as far as price. You know, it's got other printings, 4th edition.
They picked this from Antiquities. They picked that. They picked it over Sylvan and Mana Drain because clearly too much value. Concordant Crossroads, too much value.
Right.
You could have gone Dragon here.
Yeah.
You could have picked Dragon.
I actually think that Nicol Bolas would have been what I chose here. You know,
Nicol Bolas didn't even make it into the 30 years of Magic.
Right.
And that's a pretty iconic character. This could have been a good time to pick Bolas if you want a gross. Wait, before you put it, can we go back?
Absolutely.
But I do think Bolas could be a good for our fantasy draft here.
Yeah, a little fantasy draft of Secret Lair.
I see people saying Blood Moon. I see people saying Blood Moon, and I like Blood Moon. Underworld Dreams is kind of cool.
You know, it's weird, but I kind of like I kind of like Ball Lightning here.
You have a bias to Ball Lightning because you played it, and it's a really good card. But I don't think it should represent 94. But I mean, as far as Mishra's Factory, I mean, was that a card that was heavily played in Constructed when it came out? Factory, maybe that was a reason for the choice. I wonder if Mishra's Factory was played a lot. I would probably go with if we're going like a jank card that's not worth much. I would probably go with Black Lotus. No, I would go with the Bolas. I would probably go with the Bolas. I'm fine with that.
I really think Bolas is what I want to do here. I think that that's the right choice.
Jank says Factory was definitely played back then. So yeah, I mean, Factory might be the right choice, but Bolas, I think this is a good inclusion. It's a big janky unplayable card, and it gives us room to wiggle a little bit.
So 1995, Necropotence. It was black. It was the summer of Black Mana.
Here's the thing about
Necropotence?
It has to just stay Necropotence.
Yeah.
It has to be because the card took over the entire Constructed format, and everybody played Necropotence, and if you weren't playing it, you were doing it wrong. So yeah, Necropotence probably you need to squish the cards together a little bit more. You want to fit all 30.
Probably so.
But we'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there. We're just gonna have a really busy.
Needs to stay.
It's got to. It's just got to. Looking at 1996.
Jungle Rumbler says, "I was there, damn it."
Limdul's Vault. Limdul's Vault for 1996.
This card is good.
You got Force of Will.
Too much value.
You got.
It would have been cool though. It would have been a great time to reprint Final Fortune. Oh my god, missed opportunity. Oh my god.
Not reprinted since 7th edition.
Or one of the tutors. Oh,
all these gold board cards. Cursed Totem, Withering Boon, Polymorph, Hammer of Bogarden. I mean, Hammer was a pretty big card. Storm Cauldron was a pretty big card. I mean, past that, we're not really seeing what we want to see.
They could have picked a land. They didn't give us one land in all 30 of these, did they? A land would have been sweet, you know, like give us brush land. I would have gone with a tutor for Mirage. One of the Mirage tutors would have been cool.
Mystical Tutor. It was in a secret lair recently, so I don't know if that's going to be something that they want to do. Worldly Tutor was in Commander Collection green. This might be a good time to grab that.
Angel.
Well, it's
no, I would go with something that isn't a reprint at this point. Like,
let's go with Final Fortune. I don't mind this. It's been since 7th edition that we've had a copy of it, and
Final Fortune would have been a good inclusion because it would have been a curveball to everybody, and it would have been insta like, oh man, I'm buying it. An extra turns card. They're probably saving it.
Flash.
What else did we have from this year?
Valduvian Horde. I mean, this was a pretty big card in its time.
This is going to be so hard once we get to newer sets when they're releasing 10 sets a year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, really, for real. Yeah, so I mean,
love those janky slow fetch lands that came out of
was this a reprint of Dark Ritual? Or this wasn't the first? No. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
Could have been. Ritual would have been a cool one for a year. Yeah, so I mean, Jake, I'm kind of feeling Worldly Tutor on this one. I might be shooting high there. I think Final Fortune is a fun one.
Yeah, let's do Final Fortune because that would have been a good time to reprint. Worldly's been reprinted more recently, and this is the first ever Final Fortune that existed. So a fun extra turns card that isn't too much of a backbreaker as far as price goes.
Yeah.
Limdul's Vault was a good choice. I mean, that's a good card.
Yeah.
But I don't think Limdul's Vault makes the most sense for representing over. I mean, Final Fortune is kind of obscure too, in a way. One of the tutors would have been the best choice, but I guess we could go Final Fortune if we're going based on price.
Yeah, let's go with Final Fortune on this one because we know that this reprint would really tank the price of this card, and it's going to pull it down. But it's one of those where it's like gonna really drive the sale. So let's go with that, and we'll save our bigger money hit upgrade
for something later.
Yeah, for something else. A little different option. So that gets us through 1996. Going to 1997, we got Tradewind Rider.
All right, let's see what came out in 1997. This is one of the most fun videos that we've done in a while, dude. I really enjoy this. I enjoy this right now. And also, chat, we got 325 people watching. I'm going to let you know right now, by the end of this video, if we have 269 likes, we're currently at 238. We're giving away a fresh set of Dragon Shields to get you on through into your, what do we have going on tomorrow? Thursday. And then we have Foil Quest. We're opening 2 boxes of Japanese War of the Spark. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a great time.
Jake, in 1997, cards that aren't reserved, aren't gold border, and aren't reprints, we have Lotus Petal. It has the word Lotus in it.
Just put Lotus Petal in.
It has to be the choice.
So no, because here's what happens is they have some analyst over there who's like, Well, at this point, you're encroaching $350 in value. So you wouldn't want to price this at 150 because people are going to buy a lot of it.
The Joker is in their finance department over there.
Yeah. And he's like, you got $250 that you're going to have to charge for this. So you need to either dial that back or price it up. If you want it to be 150, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I would go. I mean, Lotus Petal's the right choice, but can we look at the year one more time? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to dissect it
my
too much.
father was an MTG player and a collector. He
That's right.
never let me touch his cards. One day I went in and I was playing a unsleeved deck with my father's collection, and it drove him crazy.
Dude, Cruel Tutor would be a good choice because it's had so few printings.
Yeah, but you're talking about another $30 card in this. We've got to start putting in some of those like 50-cent dollar cards. I think the most we can push it here, $20 for Lotus Petal reprint.
Yeah. God, that card has gone up so much.
I mean, I see chat. Eddie says they didn't use Lotus Petal because they were putting in Chrome Mox. Right. They wanted a big pull of a card. I mean, you want to go further down? Altar of Dementia, $7 hit.
What's the worst medallion they could have given us?
Worst of the medallions is Pearl. Yeah, white spells cost less, but they're all $25 plus.
It's too much. Maybe
Doomsday.
God, what are these sorted by price?
Yeah, these are sorted by price. Reanimate. Is this
too much?
$10? Jeez, yeah.
That could have been a good inclusion.
Yeah.
Reanimate seems like realistic.
Furnace of Wrath.
Flickering Ward. Flickering Ward would have been fine. What did they give us? What was the card that they actually picked? It was
Trade Wind Rider.
I don't even know what that fucking card is.
That's not one that I was super familiar with either. Let's get out of 97 and go to 98. I think that we're going to go with Lotus Petal because Lotus, it has to be in there, right?
All right, but keep in mind that's a $20 hit, so we got to factor in future picks.
Yeah, absolutely. 1998. All right. Okay, so of the values here, I'm not seeing like any definites. They're Grave Pact. Phyrexian
Gamble is a great card.
But look, I mean, Gamble's expensive because it's really like preferred
at least 7 or 8. Oh no,
it's like a $20 card. CDH players want this, man. Look, it's one of the big hits in Secret Lair.
I have like 8 copies of Eternal Masters Gamble. I need to get rid of those.
Flip them, baby. So let's do this. Let's do price.
Yeah.
Greater than or equal to $2. Is this going to work? No, less than or equal to. USD, maybe? USD less than or equal to $2.
Oh, Blacker Lotus is not a bad idea.
Worn Power Stone?
Blacker Lotus?
Phyrexian Colossus?
Card?
Yeah, I don't want to put an uncard in here. I don't want to put an uncard in here.
What's interesting about it is it's kind of iconic because it's the first time that we had
right?
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But we need to. I mean, that one in particular is pretty expensive. I mean, I'm looking at like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Soul Warden.
Duress.
Like it Duress. Did I see Duress? Oh, is this the first? Oh yeah, dude. Duress. Here you go.
Is this the first Duress?
Yes.
I would go with Duress.
Yeah, I think this has got to be the call, right? I actually really like this
because
pick.
we're trying to. Because Duress is such an iconic MTG card. Maybe the choice was the white card, Joel, because we haven't picked a white card. We need to have a better balance.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. We got 30 to go.
Need a blue card. We need a blue card.
We need some blue cards. We need a white card. Yep, that is how we got to think about this as we build them.
Yeah,
so far we only have black and red and golden artifact. We have 6 of our 30 choices so far. Let's go to 1999. Squee Goblin Nabob.
Okay, so Squee is an iconic card too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's cheap, so we need to find something also iconic and cheap that's not red like Squee. But Squee is also such an important card in the lore, if I recall correctly, too, isn't
honestly, looking at this,
Rancor.
Oh my god,
Rancor,
dude!
Is this first ever Rancor?
Yes. How is it not? Oh my God, how is it
It's
not
Rancor.
Rancor? It's got to be Rancor.
It's Rancor.
Paper Tiger,
Just
what's
to
up?
save time, just go Rancor and people can be annoyed. But I think Rancor is the right choice here.
Dude, Rancor is 100% the right choice here. It has to be.
Yes.
It has to be.
We're trying to pick cards where, like, if it's the year the card debuted, I want to weight it a little bit more. I want to
100%.
weight it more heavily. I'm like,
you're talking
if it's
about iconic cards of MTG. Duress, Rancor. Oh my gosh. They're insane.
Lotus Petal.
Right.
And then what we should do is we should have somebody in chat who's hardcore, who's typing the cards in for us, who's ready to give us a price at the end of this video so that they can tell us how close we got to the WotC price. All right. So what is this one?
So for the
the
last couple times, I have been targeting only cards under $2. Let's raise it up a little bit. Let's go to $5 here. I will say the last 2 or 3 years, we haven't even looked at all of the choices. We're trying to build this in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, wow.
Wait, so what are we doing? $5? What are you looking at?
No, here I've taken off all price restriction. We're looking at every card in 2000. It was a big year for MTG.
Good.
So, I mean, here.
And we're sorted by price right now?
Right now, we're sorted by price. I mean, Absorb was so huge in that. Aura Shards, enormous card, but like $5 to $10.
I mean, clearly, if you're building it based on commanderistic study, but when this set originally came out, what would have been, something powerful from it? Also taking into account that we need to have a good balance of colors. Have we picked the blue card yet? Ristic study is probably,
Their choice was Lynn Civvy for this year. Factor Fiction.
Yeah, Factor Fiction seems like such a good choice.
We went cheaper here, chat. We went cheaper with our card.
I like Factor Fiction more because it's
you know why they didn't choose this? TN art. Oh no, but they're redoing all the art. So yeah, that really doesn't matter.
All the art was redone, so it would have been a good time to do a Factor Fiction.
Right.
All right, so far we kept Necropotence the same because we had to. Then on top of that, Lotus Petal is the big hit at around $20. Everything else is pretty middle ground, so we're able to keep a couple expensive ones. I think we're doing well.
Yeah, me too. Let's go to 2001. Let's see what they
Phyrexian HiFi says, LOL, so far I am not buying the secret lair.
Yeah, for sure.
It's because we're being fair. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to be fair. We're not trying to go over the top.
Ristic Study might have been a good choice, but I like Factor Fiction.
So look, their choice for this one was Wild Mongrel. Hugely impactful card in Standard that year. I played it. Yeah. That was my first ever tournament. I've told that story. Meddling Mage, huge card. Pernicious Deed, huge card. It'd be funny if they had chosen Nut Collector and did a nice little Nut Collector reprint. Vindicate. Yeah. Is this the first printing of Vindicate?
I would go Vindicate.
Very first printing of Vindicate.
Yeah.
I keep doing the wrong thing. Here we go. Copy image.
It's Vindicate. It's definitely Vindicate.
New art for all of these. So far, we've chosen cards that are like, we're being fair, but I do think that these are, all pretty good commander playable cards.
Yeah, I like the Vindicate.
Yeah, I really think it's the right choice there. Standstill.
I mean, there's some other cool stuff, but I think Vindicate. It also features important story art.
Legacy Weapon,
which is an important thing about Vindicate too.
Legacy Weapon's potential.
Fine. It's fine, but I think Vindicate is the right choice. The other thing that I liked from this year was Phyrexian Arena.
Yeah, Phyrexian Arena and Pernicious Deed are really up there for me. Right now, we have a blue card. We don't have a white card still, except for multicolor.
Okay,
so we need to keep in mind.
Let's prioritize finding a white card here.
Okay, so fetch lands.
John Reed says, "Can you please horizontal align to selection, please?" What is that? I don't even know.
Maybe no. Maybe don't be turning them cute. I'm just turning them cute for the eventual picture. I'm gonna have to redo this picture because the way I'm copying
he's turning them cute, John.
I'm just turning them cute. Okay, so
Blissful
fetch
says
lands.
white doesn't get good until 2018. Oh,
Yeah, probably so. I mean, look, fetch lands, test of endurance.
Cabal, Coffers is good.
Yeah,
Sharpshooter's good.
Sylvan
World
Safekeeper's
Gorger is
good.
good.
I mean,
Insurrection is good.
Chainer's a big, character. Mirari's Wake. Mirari's a big thing. The whole story was based around Mirari for a while.
Mirari's Wake is a great card.
And it's, $8, $5, $4. This can be one of our 4 hits,
Let's see.
What else have we got
Goblin Pile Driver is a pretty good card.
Anger.
Ooh, Anger. Is Brawn in here? Anger and Brawn.
Yeah. Rotlung Reanimator. This was a big standard card at the time.
One thing that we could do is we could pick Valor here because Valor represents that cycle. That's a pretty iconic cycle.
Glory. Glory's the better version of that.
Oh, is Valor not in this set? I'm pretty sure Valor was in this set, wasn't it?
It is. Glory's just a better white, graveyard creature.
Oh, is it?
Whatever those things were called. Riptide Laboratory. Exalted Angel, yeah. Those are options. There's Kamal on Biorhythm.
Oh, Biorhythm is not a bad choice.
So, I mean...
Weathered Wayfarer. That could be a good one.
$2 for the cheapest version nowadays.
Yeah.
Just got it reprinted in Double Masters.
Yeah, that's probably why it wasn't picked. It was just recently reprinted. Exalted Angel was huge.
Where do you want to go with this one?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff I like. The Wake is kind of cool. I like Mirari's Wake. I also like
it's like a $4 card.
I also like Weathered Wayfinder as well. I think is fine.
Weathered Wayfarer. Yeah, let's I did it again.
Or Weathered Wayfarer. Yeah.
Let's do that.
I said it again.
Let's do that. That's an absolutely fine pick here.
All right, so if you're just now joining chat, a couple things. We are building our version of the Secret Lair 30th anniversary $150 thing. We're keeping some of the choices the same, and we're changing some of the choices. We've changed a lot of the choices. So far, we've only kept 2 of the choices the same. And we are less than we're 13 likes away from giving away some Dragon Shield. So if you want to stick around to the end of this video, if we get to 269 likes, we're giving away some sleeves. Just make sure you're subscribed. All right, let's get into the next one.
What did I type in? Oh, I skipped to 2002. I skipped to 2003. Oh wait, no, their 2002 card was Genesis. I see. So they did go for the representation of that graveyard mechanic. What with Threshold
we could just keep Genesis. I feel like Genesis is a fine choice. Let's see what that year offered.
Well, that was what we just looked at. Fetch lands, Cover of Darkness, Test of Endurance, and Weathered Wayfarer is what we chose, and they chose Genesis.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, that's fine. We're going to keep Weathered Wayfarer because we need a white card on our list.
Yeah. Okay, so 2003, you guessed it. That's our Chrome Mox. That one sells the set. They went for the most expensive card in the entire year that year. I say we keep it. It's a Mox.
Yeah, let's just keep the Chrome Mox. That seems fun.
I think that's
we'll keep that. We'll keep that as is. Oh, chat, we're going to get to the giveaway. We're 5 likes away.
We keep the Mox.
Yeah, we'll keep Chrome Mox.
Easy choice.
It's almost like we're keeping the big hit choices that they had.
Yeah.
And we're just tinkering with like kind of the lower end, more obscure picks.
Right. Let's go to 2004. Sword of Fire and Ice is the most expensive card this year. Crucible of Worlds is pretty huge. Let's see what they picked. Glimpse of Nature. So this was another
big hit here. All right, so their thought was Top has just been printed, or else Top would definitely be the card.
Crucible was just printed as well in Double Masters 2022, so that's not exactly it. Croclan, I personally like that more than Glimpse of Nature, but I think that Glimpse of Nature is a fine choice for this. Yeah, Volgar, I'm with you. Croclan is huge. Steel Shaper's Gift, pretty intensive card.
That would have been a good. that would have been a good way to cash in on a scarcity play, and the layer would have been inflated because this card is so scarce, and it's like a 4 of in Hammer Time.
That's exactly what they did with Glimpse of Nature. Banned in Modern.
Oh, that's true.
$27 only ever printed in Champions of Kamigawa. This was a full-on scarcity play. I think this is one we have to keep. I think it's a decent choice. You know, unless we want to like save one of our choices. We think that Hinge should have represented its year.
I mean, Azusa's in this year. There's so many good cards that came out of this. Skull Clamp.
Oh my God. It's got to be
We should do Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp is stupidly good. Yeah,
Last
it
printed
should be
in Commander 2017. Yep, this is a call.
Yeah, let's go with this over Glimpse. And then we can use that value somewhere else.
Right.
Skull Clamp is just such a stupidly iconic card. It broke the entire format when it came out, and it had to be banned because everybody started playing it when they realized how good it was. It was like, if you're not playing it, you're wrong.
Banned in Modern, banned in Legacy. Let's look at 2005's top hits.
But Jenk is saying Skull Clamp is in another secret layer at like the exact same time. So that's why they wouldn't have picked it. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay, we need to amend our choice then.
Yeah, let's amend our choice because that is a good...
I feel like it's an artifacts year, right? Like we can go half of the value and get another print of Darksteel Colossus. It's also kind of a callback to one of the very first secret layer drops. And so it's
a pretty fun card.
I think it represents the year pretty well. Yeah, I know that there's more expensive stuff on here.
Maybe I mean, the Glimpse is fine then. Until I saw Skull Clamp, I was like, yeah, Glimpse is fine. The only other choice I like other than the
Skull Clamp in a secret layer right now? Oh, from October. Yeah.
Yeah, the Warhammer, right? Isn't it in one of the Warhammer ones?
What about this?
Staff is fun. Not a lot of value there.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear has the skull clamp. That's right.
I feel like on this year, I want something that's an artifact. This was Darksteel year. This was Fifth Dawn year. Look at all of these.
Yeah, I mean, Jiki's a
top,
too.
Crucible, Mycosynth Lattice, Darksteel Forge, Vidalcan Orrery, Trinisphere, Doubling Cube, Aether Vial. Like, this is an artifact year to me. So I'm on like Arcbound Ravager or Darksteel Colossus, and we pull the value down here so we can spend more value later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Darksteel Reactor. Darksteel Reactor.
Shackles is kind of good too. I'm pretty sure Shackles has gotten a lot less expensive over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a $7 card. Let's go with Shackles. This could work.
Shackles is
I
fine.
think there's a more iconic.
I also like the Colossus. Let's just do Colossus. Blasting Station is good too.
We're going hard recognizability. Hard. This is a celebration. That's a celebration.
Deal.
We're going with Darksteel Colossus. All right, let's break into the next year. 2005. This is the year where they chose Lightning Helix. So they went...
Oh, that's pretty iconic.
They went no value here. But we also have Doubling Season, Cloudstone Curio, Dark Confidant, Umezawa's Jite.
First Shocklands. Life from the Loam.
Exactly.
Not gonna lie, dude, I like Lightning Helix. I think it's a fine choice.
Yeah, let's just stick with Helix here.
It's a really good choice. We can't go as much as I want to go like Dark Confidant, and the reason is because that was, I think, one of the first times that we got the player designed card.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong about that.
Meddling Mage, I believe, was our first one.
Oh, it was. Never mind.
Lightning Helix can stay. It's wildly iconic. Okay. We're not messing with the value there. Let's go to 2006.
It's nice and cheap.
2006, they gave us Boggart and Hellkite.
God, is that when Hellkite came out? What year? What set was that? Like Alara block?
We're in like Dissension, Ravnica, Cold Snap. Time Spiral.
Oh, is that where Hellkite first came from?
It's definitely not up there on the... Oh, Reiterate's pretty big.
Niv Mizzet, dude. Niv Mizzet would be a good choice from
Lotus
this year.
Bloom, Wheel of Fate. Sudden Spoiling, Quicken. Yeah, I'm seeing some good cards. I'm just not seeing that like, oh my god.
Ooh, the blue Ancestral Recall would be good. I think that card's kind of dipped in price over time, and it also is kind of representative of the suspend mechanic which came out.
Ancestral
Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vision.
Yeah, I could see that.
What's the price on this? Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I think this is what we do. I like that.
Yeah, Ancestral Vision is good. Gives us another blue card.
See some suspend on there.
Reiterate is cool. I see some people saying Mishra's Bauble would be a good one. Yeah, Mishra's Bauble, but we just picked a bunch of artifacts. I do like Bauble though.
Yeah, of course. Just want to try and... We're still trying to play by the rules here.
Oh god, Tarmogoyf. It's a perfect time for Tarmogoyf, and the reason is because Tarmogoyf has completely tanked in price, so it would fit within their budget to include it. And then it's an iconic card.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be Goyf.
Yeah, I think we go with Goyf on this one.
I don't see how. And what's so funny about Goyf is it's such a sleeper. It's such a sleeper hit that became an iconic card much later. So many people were low on that card when it first came out. It's so crazy.
They did Ponder for this year.
Urborg is good. Urborg is good. Ponder is good.
That's what they chose for 2007.
So we upshifted here on value, but we took value away in other spots.
Yeah, we'll see where it falls at the end of the day. 2008, they chose Heritage Druid.
All right.
Let's see where we're at here.
Damnation was on there too. Damnation is good.
We probably need to go a little lower in value here. We just got Bloom Tender. We're just now getting Prismatic Omen.
What's the price on Door Destinies?
Door Destinies is like a $13 card, $14 card.
Maybe Ad Naz is
Tribal,
a good choice.
Rafik.
Rafik is fun.
We got a Rafik earlier in the year. Ooh, Vendilion. Oh, dude, Vendilion Click. I mean, talk about iconic.
Click is good.
Iconic played cards. Here's Heritage Druid on the how.
Right, so they picked uncommon here.
Yeah. Godsire, just to be like, here's a big silly card. Relic of Progenitus would be a funny pick.
Relic of Progenitus isn't a bad pick. I kind of like that one.
Trying to see, I feel like there was something from this year that is just like
Reaper King. Reaper King could be a good one to pick.
Yeah, 5 color Scarecrow Commander.
Yeah, it feels like a big splashy card, but it's really not that great. I like Manamorphose too.
Yeah, we're getting further. Woodfall Primus. It's pretty iconic. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, looking at this, we're right here on value. Heritage Druid. So if we go above on this one, don't really want to go above. There's not much below. What are you thinking?
We could just keep it. We could just keep it as is.
Keep our Heritage Druid here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Wow, yeah, $7.
Oh, chat, we hit 271 likes. So at the end of our list here, we're going to give away some fresh Dragon Shields. And all you have to do is make sure that you're a subscriber if you want to give away on this channel. And then just reach out on Instagram or Twitter and be like, hey, it's me. I won the sleeves. Here's my address. So stick around to the end here, and we'll make sure you get those. We're going through each year of MTG.
2009 has Zendikar, so we probably need to represent Zendikar somehow on this. Let's see what they chose for 2009. Bloodbraid Elf.
It's a good choice.
It's a good choice.
Bloodbraid Elf is a good choice. It's a good choice. The only thing else that I would maybe go with here is like maybe something like a Goblin Guide. Me personally, I would go Hedron Crab.
Right.
But I think Bloodbraid Elf is really good. Bloodbraid Elf Was this the first time that we got Cascade, chat?
Is this the first time we got Baneslayer Angel? Bro.
Baneslayer is a good choice too.
It's like $2. How do we not pick Baneslayer for this? What do we think, chat? Baneslayer or Bloodbraid Elf?
Give me the milk. Yeah, Gunner is saying first Cascade set. I think that puts us in Elf, dude.
Yeah.
I think that puts us in Elf. Though I do love the Baneslayer thought. I think that we gotta stay true to Bloodbraid Elf here. Baneslayer is great though. I love that people are supporting the crab. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Give me the crab. I'm gonna eat some pizza after this. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna rub it on my face.
Bloodbraid Elf. Dunzo. All right.
I think Bloodbraid Elf is a good choice. So far, I'm liking our list. It's not too over the top.
8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 choices so far.
All right. I'm doing a poll really quick. I want to make a poll.
I'll pull up the next year while you do a poll.
All right. Pull up the next year. I'm doing a poll really quick.
We're into 2010, baby.
Wait, I think I have to end this thing. I have to end whatever this is so that I can do a poll.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm ending the Q&A, chat. Thank you so much for participating in the Q&A earlier. Make sure that you're subscribed so that you can get in on a future Q&A. We have streams on Wednesday. So subscribe.
William is Bister coming through with the $5 super chat. Just wrapped up Commander Night. Glad to catch you guys. Take this for an extra slice, Jake. There you go. Go buy some more pizza.
Let's go. Let's go.
YouTube scrapes some off of that, so we're at like $3.75, and then we'll cut it.
I love it. Wait, engage with your audience. Do I have to hit the plus? How do I do a poll?
Hit the plus.
Start a poll. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, there you go, Opal. All right, once Jake gets this poll created.
All right, here we go. So far, are you buying our Fantasy Secret Lair 30th Anniversary Edition for $150? Yes or no?
All right, so Jake, 2010. Their choice was Sun Titan.
It's all right, so it comes from the Titan cycle.
It's an excellent choice.
It is an excellent choice.
However, this is the year that we got Eldrazi.
All right, so their thinking is we've just reprinted Eldrazi in Double Masters.
Right.
We don't want to go overkill on Eldrazi. Stoneforge Mystic is in here. Incredible card as well.
Jace the Mind Sculptor is in here.
JTMS.
What is
too much value
nowadays?
Too much.
$40? $40? Masters 25 is 40. Double Masters is 40.
I mean, it would be an amazing time to put Jace, and it is one of the most iconic cards. But if we put Jace
like
right
one
here,
of the most iconics.
It is one of the most iconics. It completely broke standard. It had to be banned. The thing about this card is it has dropped in price. It hasn't been printed in a while. Maybe we do go this, and we just have to be mindful that we can't go much. We can't really have any heavy picks for the rest of this. We already have Necropotence, we have Lotus Petal, we have Tarmogoyf, and now we have Jace the Mind Sculptor. Everything else is pretty laid back, so we might have room for like one more good hit, and then after that...
I'm really in on JTMS being the pick here.
I think it is. All right, so far, I love that chat doesn't hold back. So far, we have 83 votes. And the question was, so far, are you buying our Fantasy Secret Lair 30th Anniversary Edition? This is the Jake and Joel edition. We're keeping some of them the same, and some of them are changing. And 59% of you are saying yes. So I think we're doing a good job here because we do have some no's, which means the value isn't too over the top, which means people are able to they're able to resist the FOMO.
All right, 2011, Birthing Pod.
Pod is so good.
Pod is a really good card. It doesn't even make the first page of value here. So we've got to, unless I skipped it, I don't think I missed it. I'm looking for it. We have to choose less than the value.
No, you're at mutagenic growth, so you've passed pod. You've passed it. There it is.
There it is. Okay, so it's on the fifth row. Let's look at where we're at. A little further down the fifth row. So $16. We probably need to like go 10 or less.
This is one of the best in the set here.
But we're making up for JTMS.
$4.99 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.
Banana. We appreciate that. Dark Steel Plate. Oh my god. Phyrexian Metamorph. Oh, something from the Commander decks. This is the first year we got Commander. When was the last time we got a Riku? Riku got reprinted in Double Masters, like a $6 card.
It's like a nothing burger of a card, but I like your idea here. The other thing we could do, Joel, is we could pick Phyrexian Mana. What if we did Noxious Revival? Noxious Revival hasn't had a good reprint in forever, and it represents...
I kind of am in on that. I really like that idea.
It represents Phyrexian Mana, which was a big mistake, and it's an iconic Commander card that people are like screaming for a reprint. Like, give us Noxious Revival.
Yep, we're putting that in.
All right, now we... Okay, so let's look at something here really quick.
We're under... So we went under by like 14 on this one, by the way.
Oh, very nice.
Right, I think
that was good.
Let me double check that, because Birthing Pod, I've already forgotten what I said. 16, so we went about 10 under, but that does make up for some of the overages. Got about $10 of value back.
We have 4 green cards. We have 3 blue cards, so we're doing good there. We have a single white card. We have 2 red cards. We have 2 black cards. So we need to look at picking some white cards, picking some black cards, and picking maybe another blue card here. We need red cards as well.
All right, let's go to 2012.
We're getting close to the end, so we have to balance it out a little bit.
Their pick for 2012 was DRS, baby.
And that's a great card. That's a great pick.
Deathrite Shaman. As far as value, we probably need to go under on value again. We got Deathrite right here. So rest in peace. We're already getting money back here. Felidar Umbra, Sublime Archangel, Sphere of Safety. I'm not loving our white options. A Planeswalker? Johnny?
We already have a Planeswalker. I think one Planeswalker in the Lair. The Verdict isn't bad. What if we go Vexing Devil? We need a red choice, and I like Reforge the Soul, and I like Vexing Devil. I also like Vandal Blast.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go Vandal Blast. Well, heads I win, tails you lose. Secret Lair drop.
Did it just get reprinted in a Secret Lair? It did, didn't it? Yeah. No, it didn't.
Well, it was the I forget what this one was. It was like a character, right? Everything was in there. Yeah, so maybe not Vandal Blast. Vexing Devil Ultimate Masters was the last time it was reprinted. It's like $4. That gets us a little money back. On DRS, we're looking at $7.
Krinko isn't a bad choice either. I kind of like Krinko.
Yeah, super overprinted, but super good. I mean, very iconic. Oh wow, like
we could use a creature. Though. I don't think we have a lot of creatures.
So hang on. Let's just check the second page. Baleful Strix.
Ooh, Baleful Strix.
Rock's
Baleful Strix is not bad. Thalia? We need a white card.
So in the video, I complained about Thalia being printed every other day, and this was the Thalia I was talking about, not the actual Thalia in the thing. I didn't even know what I was... Sphinx's Revelation is kind of a funny choice. This card came out, and everybody thought it was going to break MTG. Okay, so what do you think about...
Entreat the Angels. Let's do Entreat the Angels.
Really?
It represents Miracle. It represents Miracle, which came out that year.
I was about to say Blood Artist.
I mean, I'm fine with Blood Artist. I'm also fine with Entreat the Angels, because Entreat the Angels was one of those cards that it had legacy playability. When it came out that year, it was a big splashy standard card. I remember playing against this card. Other than that, I'm fine, but we have to start picking white cards to balance out the list.
Entreat's like $2. Let's do it. We get like $5 back on Entreat.
All right, that's fine.
This will be the first one where people are like, well, they
a plane chase card would have been good. I mean, I know, but we can only pick one. Look at our list. This is our second white card. I like our list. I think I would buy it so far.
I'm leaving Baleful Strix as a possibility for 2012, just in case we run into some other white cards. 2013, Elspeth Sun's Champion. Keep.
That's a good.
See what we got here.
Well, then we could go back. We could go back and go Baleful Strix and take Strix, and then just keep this one the same. We could just keep Elspeth the same.
$12
this was
for this
probably
one.
The choice from that year. Yeah.
Blind Obedience. Not Slivers. Not Mind Grind. Garrick.
We could go one of the gods.
Heliod. Gift of Immortality.
Yeah. True name.
Strix did get... Strix... Yeah, dude, let's go Heliod here. Let's cut our price down a little bit.
Well, then we should go back and pick Strix in the previous slot.
Well, Strix got that bird layer, so it got a pretty good reprint. I mean, if we really want to entice people, we go Swan Song here, and increase our value by like $1 or less.
Do we need another blue card? Yeah, we need like one more.
Let's go Swan Song.
Okay.
This is biased towards this being commander players, but whatever.
It is biased toward commander players for sure.
We know what we are, and that's what we want.
Travis said keep Elspeth and switch to Strix. That's the play. Yeah, I mean, possibly, yeah. There's so many different ways the play can go.
2014. Sorry. Their pick in 2014 was Siege Rhino.
Oh, I love this choice.
Gotta be, right?
I love this choice. I don't even want to look at anything else. Yeah. Siege Rhino was a plague that year, and we can't put a fetch land in. We'll get in trouble.
Right. Rhino stays.
Yeah, Rhino just stays out of the honor of the Rhino. That year, Rhino was amazingly brutal.
The same? It's honestly, money aside, it's the same reason that we picked JTMS for its year, right?
Yeah.
It's just such a defining, or Necropotence for its year. It's such a defining card of that year. You almost have to.
It is that year.
2015, Dragonlord Ojutai. We can do better.
This is probably a good choice too. Dragonlord is a good card. I remember that card being at the top of a lot of Just Guy lists. Sword of the Animist is good.
JVP.
Oh, JVP is good, but probably a little bit expensive. Hangerback. Yeah, Hangerback is kind of cool.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Constantly got punched in the face by that card this year.
That's one of like only 2 cards out of that entire set, Battle for Zendikar, that are worth anything.
I remember that card just absolutely screwing me up. Yeah, look at the value on this year. Top card is $56. This wasn't a very valuable year. Ugin's been reprinted. I mean, Ugin's pretty huge, right?
Ugin is really cool. It's a good choice, but it's also like a little bit expensive. We've already had some big expensive hits. We kept the Chrome Mox, remember? So we have to be careful about the rest of our value here. We're getting into troubling territory.
So let's just go to page 2 real fast.
Let's see what we got
for this year and see where we're at.
Okay.
See if anything really speaks to us. Omnath, Locus of Rage.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's get a little Omnath going. I actually really like this choice. $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy. It got that big reprint, which was kind of cool. With like the extended art and no text. So it'd be fine this appearing in here. It's not nearly as cool as the one that was just printed.
2016. We are at Thalia, Heretic Catha.
If we need another white card and this card hasn't been reprinted in a long time, this is probably the move.
Yeah, and looks like a good value play too. It's below a lot of stuff. I mean, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eldritch Moon only. Yeah. Here's our Thalia. You got to have a Thalia in there.
We'll keep this one. This seems fine.
Thalia remains.
Who Dat Boy says 242. Is that about where we are right now? Are you keeping track for us? That gives us our third white card, which is good as well.
How much value does the Secret Lair have in it? I can't remember off the top of my head. I got to pull that back up.
Like 270s, I think. Something like that.
So we're getting there.
Who Dat Boy says approximately. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Gideon.
Edgar Markov.
Show up.
Dragon. 2017. Let's see what they did for 2017. Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh.
Oh, that's a good choice. So there's our Bolas. Oh, wait. So they did include Bolas. We might need to go back and fix the year where we picked Bolas early on. Unless we change this one. We can change this one.
Yeah, I think we're going to change this one. I mean, look at this year. This year gave us some pretty excellent.
I mean, this is... So at this point right now, chat, if you don't know, we're at the point where Magic the Gathering sets are coming out high volume all the time. So the picks are going to get really difficult at this point.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot of good cards, a lot of stuff that's memorable.
Search for Ascanta.
That's a card. Fatal Push.
It's got to be Fatal Push, right?
Fatal Push is super chill, and it's like an amazing removal. You and I are picking a lot of similar cards, and the reason is because we're like, ooh, we love this instant, or we love this removal, or whatever. Fatal Push is a pretty good one.
Settle. There's God Pharaoh.
Yeah. So keep in mind, chat, as well, like if we cut this Nicol Bolas, the Jace would be the chibi art. It wouldn't be the Bolas. So if we cut Bolas here, they transfer that art over to...
Ooh, approach.
Right? I mean, that's the move, right?
In one. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
If we're cutting this Bolas, they have to put the chibi art on the JTMS.
Felidar Guardian, that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Felidar is funny.
Destroyed a whole cycle of
I kind of like our choice with Fatal Push, dude. Yeah. After looking at the list, and we do need another black card. So this is honestly looking pretty pretty balanced.
I mean, for sure.
It's looking pretty balanced.
I know that I would buy the thing we're designing, but I would definitely buy this.
It seems like a good one. And chat, if you're just now getting here, make sure to stick around to the end of the stream. We're giving away some Dragon Shields, a brand spanking new set. So we're going to be wrapping up here shortly. We're getting to the end.
All right, 2018 Arclight Phoenix. I think it's a pretty good choice, to be honest.
Let's see what we got in 2018.
Lyra, Helm of the Host, Zakama, Yuriko. We haven't picked a commander card yet.
Oh, so here's Arclight.
Here's kind of where we're at. I meant like from the commander sets.
You know what? We need a red card, I bet. We were just talking about how we were low on red cards.
Yeah, I kind of like
Arclight makes sense.
And Arclight has been relevant since it came out, really. I mean, I think that card really took the game by storm. Really informed a bunch of different sets. So yeah, let's just keep it at Arclight. I think this is a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a mythic. Still got $6 of value on it. It's like I said in our review of this, people are going to want 4 of these for their decks.
All right, so now that gives us Shivan Dragon, Final Fortune, and Arclight Phoenix. So good balance here. We're making a good balanced thing, I think.
All right, Arclight Phoenix for 2018, 2019.
All right, we're getting close.
There's our hinge. 2019, they gave us Emery Lurker of the Loch. So, how do we slide past Great Hinge, Dockside Extortionist, Finale of Devastation, Force of Negation, Smothering Tithe, Smothering Mother Effing Tithe? How do we go past
this year? This year is so stacked, dude. This year is insane. Oko,
Crick,
Teferi Time Reveler,
Spark Double, Brazen Borrower, Ember Cleave, dude. Ember Cleave, man. Ember Cleave is... there's just so many defining cards from this.
There really are. There's a ton of really good cards. There's a ton of them that are too expensive to put on the list. I think we should go down to the second page and see if we can find something on page 2.
I think that is tough. Bolus
We could just pick Questing Beast. Questing Beast is super fucking chill, and it's like nothing anymore. Questing Beast was like
Veil of
one
Summer.
of those cards. We've picked too many. We've picked too many reactive instant cards. We need to get away from those.
How about a big time commander?
He's pretty cheap too. Kenrith,
$5.
Yeah.
Nisu Shakes the World. I mean, damn, we're keeping going, and I'm still not like completely turned. Fabled Passage. I mean, Fabled Passage, I think, has gotten a lot of reprints recently.
Yeah.
Niv Mizzet Reborn. Or the Spark.
Yeah. Riding Regisaur is kind of cool.
Looking for iconic.
Yeah, I know. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Not a lot of value there, but kind of a good
I don't mind the Questing Beast call. Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3. We need a green card.
No, we have 4. We have 4 green cards already.
1, 2, 3. Oh,
and
4.
Heritage Druid.
Heritage Druid.
Let's count our cards really quick as we get into these final picks.
2,
we have 4 green.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. I think I miscounted. White. We have 1 Entreat. We have 2 Weathered Wayfarer. 3 Thalia.
And then we have okay, so we have 4 green, we have 3 white. I see 4 blue.
3 red.
I see 3 red. How many black cards? 2, 3?
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
All right, we need a black card, we need a red card, and we need a white card.
We're pretty open.
Black card.
I mean, Bolus's Citadel is just in this secret layer, so it doesn't really make sense for us to print it here. God Eternal Oketra. This is kind of a fun reprint. It hasn't been reprinted since War of the Sparks. $7.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'd like for us to feel it a little more than why sure, oh sure, why not? Let's just go with
An
Kenrith
equipment.
then. Kenrith.
An equipment?
$5.
Yeah, okay.
This is the most played commander. This is always number 1 on EDH, Rick. Gotta go it. I like this one. What do you think?
All right, that's cool. I'm fine with it. All right, so we're done with white. We need 1 more red card. We need 1 more black card. And then it's pretty much dealer's choice. So we should prioritize those 2. And then after that...
Well, we've only got 3 more years, so
that's
here
what
we
I'm
go.
Saying. Well, we're not getting Jeweled Lotus. We're not getting any of the free spells from that year.
They picked Shark Typhoon.
Good choice. Rick, Steadfast Leader.
Let's just go with Rick, Steadfast Leader.
All right, red card, black card.
Red or black card. Lucille.
Yeah.
There's Shark Typhoon, so if we can pick something under this card, we get value back on this slot, and we're more likely to hit our value correctly.
All right.
We need a black card and a what card?
Black and red.
I mean, dual face
Underworld.
Underworld Breach. I mean, a lot of people play this.
We haven't picked an enchantment.
It's also banned in 3 different formats.
I know, because it's so stupid.
Let's look at page 2.
Okay.
Red card, black card. Yeah, like Shatter Skull Smashing.
Jessica's Will.
Jessica's
face. Will.
That's way too expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, dog, I'm kind of leaning on let's get a dual face modal card in there. You know what? I bet
MDFC. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I bet the bosses would be like, we're not putting MDFCs in this layer. That's too complicated to print.
Oh, yeah.
We need to consider what our bosses would say, man.
That's true. They're like, we can't have one card that is dual faced. We want to avoid it.
Winota?
Okay, I see. Winota isn't bad.
Banded Pioneer, Banded Explorer.
What else do we got?
I mean, Luris. Whenever we get down to that. Did we already pass Luris? Yeah, we got all these Commander Legends cards to pick from, too.
Oh, wait, go up, go up, go up. Look how cheap that Perforos is. Go up. Right there. Perforos Bronze Blooded.
Nobody ever played this. Nobody plays this.
I know, but it's one of the gods from that year.
Yeah, but it's just not iconic at all. Look at Luris. Banned in Pioneer, banned in Modern, banned in Legacy. You want to talk about an iconic card? How about one that destroyed formats?
Yeah.
It's a black and a white card. So it's a we get a 2 for there.
All right. We'll go for Luris. That's fine. I'm sure somebody could do some cute kitty cat art of it.
Yeah, plus it's only $1. We get value back on that slot.
All right. We'll go Luris. Brash Taunter is really good.
Okay, we're up to 2021. Last year.
Is this our last year?
Well,
okay.
This is last year.
Oh, last year. I see.
This year is 2022.
Meat Hook.
Elite Spellbinder is what they chose. So look, they got to this point and they were like, we need more white cards.
Yeah.
They were sitting there like us going, we need more white cards and we're out of value.
Elite Spellbinder. All right, so what do we need now?
Well, you don't want to... I mean, the thing is...
I got to see our list one more time. Can we go back to our list?
Sure. The thing is you got to think about it this way. Okay. You can't really put anything ridiculously high value. You can't really put anything any value at all because these sets are still in print.
Yeah.
And
all right, so I see 3 black.
You gotta go south on value here. Way south on value here.
All right, so we have 3 red.
Ilian, that's correct. That was a world champ design card.
We have 4 white. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. We have how many green? 4 green. And we have red, white, blue, green, and black. We have 1, 2, 3 black. All right, so Joel, we need a black card and we need a red card.
All right. Well, let's also go USD less than or equal to $2.
5. Let's do 5.
I don't think the bosses are going to let us print a $5 card in here.
Let's just see what's under here.
We need a what card? Black card and a red card?
We need a black card and we need a red card. Oh, Stormkin. Go up.
Stormkiln Artist.
Yes.
$4 card.
Yes.
There's our red card.
That's our red card.
We
100%. That's our red card.
A little Strix action. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going this. Everybody's like perfect. Chat is right there with us. They're like, yeah, Stormkiln. Good. I see perfect. I see yup. I see nice. Yes. Okay. Everybody likes that choice. So
everyone
our last card here.
We need a black card.
Everyone
from
loved
2022. And you know what's kind of funny? They needed a black card from 2022 as well. They picked Nashi.
They went with a mythic.
Moon Sage's Scion. So
that's such a weird choice to me. I don't even know why they went with that choice.
Yeah, it is a weird choice. 2022.
Baylor, I hardly know her.
Don't put your hand in the
Baylor.
Takanuma. Nah, that's not a good choice here.
We can go with a land. It's from that cycle.
We need a black card that is representative of this year. I mean, it really needs to be representative of early year, right? They picked the very first set of the year.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's just go ahead and refine it down again. Color.
I don't hate Takanuma.
Color black. What do we got?
Cruelty of Gix.
I mean, Technomancer's pretty good.
Yep.
This one's a tough one.
I'm kind of fine with the rat, honestly.
Yeah. Nashi Moon Sage's Scion.
Yeah. Legendary creature. It's a rat. I think I'm fine with it.
Cruelty's a saga. For what it's worth. We haven't really had a saga.
Yeah.
This one's a tough choice. It's tough to pick an iconic card out of 2022. The year has not completed.
Cut down is kind of cool, but we already picked
removals. We are really good at picking removal.
Yeah, we can't pick Fatal Push and Cut Down.
Elder Brain's kind of a cool choice.
Yeah.
Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. It's a $1
Cheap.
card. It's a playable thing.
It would be fun to have a Secret Lair version of because it's a giant brain.
Yeah. Also represents their link to D&D.
Yeah.
I'm about 2 seconds from picking that as our choice.
Yeah, just pick it. And I'm going to go pick out some sleeves for our winner here.
All right. Well, everybody, that is our... Hang on before you leave. Let me do a little outro of this. So we can hopefully chop it later. All right. So let's grab Elder Brain. Represents the link to our D&D set. And this is what we got, chat. This is where we're at. What do you think?
I think it's a good balance. We didn't go too over the top. I want to get our final total of how close we came in value without going way too over the top. Jank says, "What's more Jam 2022 than Imperial Seal? It was just too much value. We couldn't include the seal. We had to make sure that Wizards of the Coast wasn't going to upshift the price to $250. If we went too over the top, we would have been in trouble." Who Dat Boy says 275-ish. So I think we did good. I think we did well here.
275 is actually really
That's pretty
good.
close.
Yeah, absolutely. So here
That's pretty close.
I'm gonna open this up. All right, chat.
Nice.
So that's where we're at. I'm gonna make
That's
this
what we
pretty
ended
another
with.
day, but this is our 30th anniversary. What do you think?
I like it. I
Would
think
you
it's pretty
buy?
good.
I would definitely buy, but we picked the cards.
You got the Goyf, you got the Jace,
Lotus
you
Petal,
got the Final Four
Rancor, Vindicate.
reprint.
And you got to think all of these are getting brand new art, possibly
Oh, that new Tarmogoyf art would be so cool.
brand new art, possibly brand new frames.
The gradient
Some kinda-
really makes it pop. That's right.
Some kind of frame difference there.
Oh, I like that move. I'm going to go get the Dragon Shields. I'll be right back.
Do it.
We're going to give these away. Let us know what you would change.
I'm pretty happy with this, chat. I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, we got the Jace the Mind Sculptor in there. Yeah, D-Hammer. Sorry. We left OG Nicol Bolas in there. We didn't want to buy that secret layer that the Nicol Bolas came in anyway. This is where we're at. I like this a lot. I think this is where we want to be. It's a fun pile of cards at the very least. I think I like it. I'm gonna tweet it, get some feedback on it. Hang out on just a second, chat. We're gonna get this giveaway going. Our channel is sponsored by Dragon Shield. Thank you for Dragon Shield sponsoring us. They also sponsor our Commander League. If any of you hanging out want to play in a proxy-friendly Commander League, prizes, new format every month. We start with budgets. $100 week 1, $150 week 2, $200 week 3, $250 week 4. Sometimes we go crazy with the budget and it's like $200, $400, $300, $400, $500. But it's all proxy friendly. Play over spell table. Gets organized through our Discord. Go check out our Patreon. That Patreon is really the best way to support us on our journey to doing this full time. That Patreon is definitely what best thing you can do for us to support us.
All right, we're going to give away some olive matte Dragon Shields, brand spanking new. You can see the seal there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Dragon Shield. Really good products. If you did enjoy the stream, click like and subscribe. We got to 269 likes, and that was the goal. I'm going to send a small card with this as well. Just something small out of my collection, nothing big, but just a small token as a thank you for hanging out tonight.
So the hashtag for this giveaway, I just copy and pasted into the chat. It's hashtag Jake and Joel Secret Lair. Type in hashtag Jake and Joel Secret Lair. You can copy and paste that if you would like to, and you will be entered to win the Dragon Shields.
We'll get them shipped out tomorrow. I have so many people that ask sometimes when we're doing giveaways, what information do you need? Your address. That's it. Reach out on Instagram or Twitter. Say, hey, it's me. I won the Dragon Shields. This is my address. We'll make sure to check. Some people like to send a screenshot of the stream after the win, and just reach out and we'll make sure that you get your sleeves. All you have to do if you win something and if you enjoyed the stream was just make sure you subscribe. That's it. As long as you're a subscriber, you're eligible to win, and we are able to check who subscribes and who doesn't. So if you do think he'll be back for a future stream, definitely hit that subscribe button because there will be more like it. Joel, shout out to you, man. Really fun idea here. This ended up being a good time.
Yeah, I think it'll cut down too. We just need a little intro for it, but we can shoot those intros separately. And yeah, I think we did really well tonight. This was a fun one. Everybody, thank you for hanging out tonight. This was really a blast. Streaming is, Jake knows this, streaming is one of the most fun things about the channel for me personally. Insomniac, make sure you put hashtag in front of that. That's not going to go through. Streaming is one of the most fun things for me as far as the channel goes. So I really do appreciate everybody hanging out tonight and participating. I think the Q&A segment will come back. I think making some secret layers. That was a fun one. Who else going to Vegas this year? Jake and I are not in Vegas this weekend. Who's there?
Oh man, I'm jealous too. I would love to go, but
I'm gonna go take a quick bio while you entertain the folks.
Sounds good. Dragon Shield's best sleeves for textured feel and shuffability. Yeah, that's how I feel about them too. They're really good. They're really good. Always need sleeves. I go through them like water. There you go. And you are in the right place. Wildcat says, I'm bummed I won't see you guys this weekend. I know. I would love to be there, but just didn't work out this year. It's going to be a really fun event. I'm sure it's going to be a great time. Jake, your secret lair hates white cards. I think it does. Like my specific layer? Yeah, I think so, BuzzFuzz. I do not like playing white or green. My secret layer would be Grixis. All right, chat, make sure you get in there with that hashtag exactly like you see it. And if you are enjoying the stream, click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out. Quick reminder, if you do win the Dragon Shields, just reach out, Instagram or Twitter. Super easy.
We ready to run this thing?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do a little countdown. You got 10 seconds to get in here on this. Hashtag Jake and Joel secret layer, exactly like you see in chat. Joel, how many eligible users do we currently have?
102.
102. So a little bit over a 1 in 100 chance. Get in on this. 1 in 102 chance. 1 in 103 chance. You're going to have another stream coming up tomorrow. We're opening 2 boxes. Sean, are you ready to open some boxes tomorrow?
That's not even our first stream of tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day.
No, we're going to have a big day of streaming tomorrow. I'm going to have to take a nap in the middle of the day, so I'm not next to a bunch of screens.
Michael Doyle is our winner. Michael Doyle, congratulations. You are our winner. Subscribed since 10/26/22 at 11:50.
There we go.
So about 40 minutes ago. Michael, thank you for subscribing. Very nice. We really appreciate that. Everybody.
I'm going to make a note. Michael
Doyle, best way to get in touch with us. DM us on Twitter or Discord. Say, my name is Michael. I won the Dragon Shields.
Olive Dragon Shields.
I won the Olive Dragon Shields, and this is my shipping address.
That's right. Well, you know what? It's 9:30 here, and I still have more work to do before I go to bed, so I think we'll wrap this one up. This has been a fun time.
Yeah, that's the end of my day. I started today so early. So, yeah, I'm super down. Chat, thank you so much. This was a really good time. Really had a good time hanging out with y'all tonight. We are live every Wednesday night, so make sure you come hang out again. And don't forget that tomorrow we are live at noon Eastern for the MTG Brothers War reveal. And then we are live at 9 p.m. Eastern for Foil Quest Amano Liliana.
That's right. We're going to be opening 2 boxes, Japanese War of the Spark. So come hang out tomorrow on that stream while we crack into 72 packs. In this case, we have not found the foil mythic. So hopefully Sean finds something good. I think Sean responded to me up there.
That's it. Y'all have fun in Vegas if you're in Vegas. Let us know how it goes.
Sean says absolutely ready. So yeah, Sean, get hyped for Sean tomorrow. Jank is probably going to be hanging out. I need to message him, but everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Wildcat MTG, all of the usuals, Travis, Brian, Trent, so many familiar faces and a lot of new names out there too. So thank you all so much for hanging out. Come catch a stream in the future.
I'm cranking this music up to vibe our way out.
Goodbye. I'm going to start turning off the lights.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.